The Horrible Gamers podcast may contain content not suitable for all ages. Listener discretion is advised.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, Horrible Gamers podcast, show number 483, been recorded on April the 14th, 2025. I'm one of your hosts, Jesus In Crisis, also known as Jesus Watch Out Today. I'm joined by my co-host from the West Coast, the best coast, Gunny Chief Henry Merrill is back. Welcome back, Henry. Welcome.
Hey guys, good to be back. What's going on?
Not much. And from little Ohio, the Mayo, Steve Willier is back.
Hey, yes,
Steve.
I'm back.
Little Ohio.
Ohio.
You can follow
So
us on
small.
the X at _horrible gamers. You can also find us on Facebook. Horrible Gamers Podcast is our page. Horrible Gamers Podcast Community is our group. It is a closed group. And you can join our Discord. The Discord link is in the show notes. So join the Discord. That's probably the best way to join with us and play with us and hang out and bullshit and whatever. Discord is the place to be. Join the Discord. The link is in the show notes. And yeah, and if you can't get that link, well, then message us. Find us everywhere with our gamer tags or whatever. And we'll get you a link to Discord. Anyways, big shout out to the intro song maker, Phantomic, and the outro song people broke for free for the intro and outro music to the podcast. And yeah, let's talk about what we've been playing, what we've been doing, what's been going on. It's been a week.
Yeah,
It's been a slow.
quick.
It's not been a good gaming week for me. I don't know why.
For me, it's been okay. I mean, I'm not going to say like it's been the best, but it's been okay. I played a little bit of Assassin's Creed Shadows. I haven't really progressed the story there at all. Kind of doing some side quest shit. But the main attraction for me this week was that game Schedule 1. And I
You
remember we
played
talked
it?
about it.
I've heard a lot about it.
We talked about it last week, and this week I played it, and I kind of got hooked to it, man. Like, it has a really good progression loop. Like, you start off and you're selling weed and you're growing weed and you're selling weed, and then you get a drug dealer dude to start dealing the weed for you, and then you could deal more weed, and then your clientele keeps growing, and then you go from weed to meth, and then you start making meth, and then you start mixing shit with the meth to get different types of meth, just like you do with the weed. So you get like this machine that's called the mixer, and you can mix shit with it. You can mix like, I don't know, gasoline, fucking cookies, whatever. You just mix shit with it. You just put whatever in there and mix it with whatever drug, and then it gets a new drug. And that new drug either will cost more money or less money, or it'll have different effects. It'll be more addictive. Like, I created this meth Gunny. Okay, it's called something, I forget what it was called. But anyways, the important thing is that this meth is like 100% addictive. Like, the addictiveness level of the meth is 100%. So once I get someone to try it, they usually hit me up again to get that same
They're
drug.
coming back. They're coming back for that Jesus meth, right?
Yeah, like they're coming back again and again and again. And now I'm selling so much meth that I have too much money, but I hire workers too. Now you can go to like this place and hire people to work for you, like in your crack house or whatever. So I got like a chemist guy, I got a herbalist guy, and like a cleaner. The cleaner, all he does is clean up the mess the other guys make. So anything on the floor, he picks it up and throws it in the trash can and throws away the trash.
You have a janitor. That's cool.
But the herbalist guy, he cuts my weed plants and like he harvests them and then he plants them and then he grows them and then he goes and harvests them and then he grows them. And then when he harvests them, he puts all the bud, like all the weed that's been harvested. Like, you can set it to where you want them to put it. And I have like a big shelf. And I told him, I have a big shelf next to my mixer. So I told him, put all the weed here. Like, when you cut it and harvest it, put it here. And I know it's next to my mixer. So I know when it starts to get full, because every time they put weed on there, it like pops up. You can see it on the shelf. So like, you can see that there's something on there. And then I start mixing it with Viagra. Usually the best-selling weed that I have right now is it's called the Super Crack or something like that. So, some shit like that. And
You
it's
get to
like
make your own names? Because I watched this in my place the other day, and They had a name. I can't remember what it was, but I was like, that has to be made up. Like he made up a name or something like that.
A lot of it I think, is randomly generated. I don't think I don't think everyone gets the same name. Maybe I don't know
Okay.
if I think it's procedurally generated names, but I might be wrong. I don't know. I've never watched I haven't watched anyone else play this game. So I don't know if you get the same name. If you're playing the game and I'm playing the game and I mix the same thing you mixed, if we both get the same name. But I know the one is called, the weed that I'm selling is called, it's called Super Crack, I think.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
I've seen a little bit gameplay of it.
I think that's
And
what
the
I
su-
seen
and the
when I
super
was
crack,
watching.
the super crack is what's it called? Is Granddaddy OG Purple Haze or some shit like that with Viagra. You mix it
Oh,
with
it back.
Viagra.
Nice.
Yeah, you mix it with Viagra, and then it gets like this. It's like a $60 weed. Every little baggie is $60. That's pretty good.
High and
That's
horny.
pretty
I
good.
like it.
Yeah. Yeah, and it's pretty addictive. It's like 100% addictive. And then my meth, what I do with my meth is, so I have to mix the meth twice. So I get this hobo meth that's just like regular hobo low class meth. Then I mix that meth with Viagra, Gunny, right? You mix it with Viagra and you get a second meth called super slime, right? Then you get the super slime, you grab that and you mix it with like some jelly beans or some shit. And then I get like this like Goomba something meth. And so it's called like Gray Goomba or some shit. I don't know what it's called really. I forget the name, but I know it's Gray something. And it starts with the G. Anyways, and then I get that Mayo, and that's my special meth. All right. That meth Mayo it gets me like per bag for each one that I sell is like $160. So it's a good money maker, Mayo, right? That's pretty
There you
high,
go.
dude. Like, because a regular meth bag will give me like $30 a bag for just a regular hobo meth. But now that I mixed it twice, I get $165 out of the bag, and it's pretty good because I could sell a lot of it. And then and what I do is I sell the meth myself to all the customers, and I have two drug dealers that are working for me, and I give them all my weed. So I just go and offload like all the weed that I have on them, and I take the money that they made for me, and I give them all my weed that they can carry. And then I kind of leave them alone for a few days till they run out or whatever, or they have enough money for me to go collect. And then I kind of just leave them alone. And I'll bag up all the weed. Like during the nighttime, I'll bag up all the weed and all the meth. And then I put it on the shelf. So I have a shelf full of weed that's ready to sell and meth that's ready to sell. So when people hit me up, sometimes they'll need weed. And I'm like, hey, man, all right, you got this weed? And I'm like, I got that weed for you. Don't worry, bro. I got you. And then I go and deliver the weed. But the game does have like some cops in the game. So it does have like these cops.
I remember seeing this random cop when I was watching it.
Yeah.
And
So
he
there's
was on
these
foot,
cops.
and so he like didn't do a deal with the guy and waited for the cop. I don't know
Yeah.
what happened to him when the cop, if he would have seen it.
Yeah.
He was like, "Oh yeah, I'm gonna wait," and then he waited and then did the deal after the cop walked away.
Yeah. So the cops can see you doing deals, and if they see you doing a deal, like a little question mark pops up, and it fills up red, you're under arrest. But the cops, if they're walking down the street, you kind of want to avoid them if you have weed on you or whatever, or drugs or any kind of drug, because they will randomly search you. And then the search is kind of easy to like hide this stuff, even if you have like one time I had like my entire inventory was drugs. I had a bunch of meth on me, like all my slots were drugs. So how you hide it is you click. I don't know if you hold this, if you click. I think you click on the item, and it hides it, and it shows like a little scanner thing on top as it's going across, like which item it's scanning, and you have to click on an item to hide it, and then you click and click and click and hide them all, and then they stop searching you, and they're like, "Oh, okay, you're good." Sometimes they'll set up checkpoints, like on these roads. They'll block off the road, and like if you go to the checkpoint, they have to search you. Or if you're driving through the checkpoint, they have to search your car or search you again or whatever. So this kind of like I kind of avoid the checkpoints. I kind of run around them. I like go around the bridge or something to like avoid the checkpoints because I hate being searched. It's just a waste of my time. You know what I mean? So there is cops in the game, and they will arrest you if they catch you doing like drug deals. But they're pretty easy to deal with. Like one time, I was trying to give a guy a free sample, like this homeless dude, and he was like standing there on the side of the mini mart, and I'm like, "Hey, bro, you want a free sample?" And I didn't realize there was these cops like right next to me, and
Oh no.
I started handing him the drugs, and it's like ding ding ding, like the thing popped up real quick, like you're under arrest, and I'm like, "Holy shit!" I look over, and these two cops are running at me, so I punch one of them in the face. And then he pulls out his taser and tases me, and I keep running, and I just take off running. I'm like running around the whole map, and the map isn't really that big. I mean, it's a little tiny town, but you can run around the whole map, and you have to hide from them, and you have to wait for the meter to cool down. Once it goes to it goes from them chasing you, it says you're under arrest. And like if you hide from them, it'll go into like a wanted level, and then the wanted like the letters will kind of decrease, and then it goes to 0, and then you're kind of like free to go again.
Man, GTA should have trademarked that. That's like in so many
They
like
should
cop
have.
games
Yeah, they
because
should have totally
like
tried
they
more.
put that in their game and everybody used it.
Yeah, but this game is really fun, dude. Like I said, the progression loop of just trying to find out what can I mix with this drug, like to make it better. Like what can I do here? What do I mix like crazy chemicals with it, like gasoline and iodine or whatever, or do I just mix these other stuff with it? Like I was mixing peppers with my weed, like a spicy pepper, like like a chili pepper. I mixed one of those with my weed, and I made a new weed. It's called like something magma or something like that. Like spicy magma or some shit. And then I mixed my meth with the pepper, and it made some like spicy meth. And then but like when you mix the ingredients, it'll tell you the effects of the drug. Like it'll be like this drug, it'll like this weed will make you really paranoid, or it'll make you really jittery, or it'll make you really relaxed and calm, and like the weed will have different effects, and then the bottom of it'll say like what the effects are, and then it'll say the price of it, and then it'll say how addicting it is. Like it'll be like a 50% addiction, 40% addictive, up to 100% addictive or whatever. So you're trying to hit that 100% addictiveness because you want them to come back, right? You want them to keep buying the drug or whatever. So yeah, and I think I bought a laundromat. So I can launder my money. So I did that. I'm laundering some money through that. But I'm trying to unlock the cocaine, the next drug, which I think is cocaine. So I've unlocked the meth. I have the weed, and I have like a crack. Like I have like this house that I bought, and I got the 3 workers working there, and they're kind of just constantly churning drugs for me. Like as long as I have all the materials there for them to make the drugs, they'll keep churning the drugs for me. They'll just keep making them and making them and making them and making them.
Is there like like Breaking Bad references in this? Because I'm looking at screenshots, and by the way, there's a
No,
demo on
no,
Steam.
not really. No, the only Breaking Bad reference that I've seen is the trailer in the main menu. So like you start off, you're in a trailer like an RV.
Yeah, I
That's
see
kind of
that
like really
screenshot, and there's like a
that's kind
taco
of
tickler restaurant with a taco on it.
yeah, yeah, there's kind of like that. There's a taco restaurant, and you can buy the taco restaurant. But I think once again, you only buy these businesses to launder your money, because there's like a deposit limit per week. You can only deposit $10,000 into your bank, and it says if you deposit more, it alerts the feds. So you have to like launder your money because the feds will start wondering where the fuck does this guy get all this money from? You know what I mean? So
Yeah,
you have to like
I think
launder your
Gus.
money.
Yeah, I think Gus had a hamburger restaurant, right? Or it was like a fast
No, a
food joint.
chicken. It was a
It was
chicken place.
Yeah, okay.
It was Los Pollos Hermanos, man. It was a chicken place.
Yeah, that's right. Orderly. The
But
pollo.
But
but
what would
yeah,
be the end game in this then? Like,
the end
is there
game.
a certain point you can get to, or
I think the end game is to unlock all the drugs and become like because the game starts off, you're in this town with your uncle, and then you go and deliver some drugs for him or something, and you pick something up for him, and then you go back home, and then your uncle tells you something about something, and it's obvious that your uncle's like a drug dealer. Next thing you know, the cops show up. They're at your uncle's house. Of course, you were sleeping in the RV in your uncle's driveway. So when the cops show up, you run up to the driver's seat and you just take off in the RV and leave. And your uncle goes to prison for drug dealing or something, and you end up in this new town. And in this new town, your uncle tells you that there's like this cartel there that, because you have an RV, right? And you park the RV at the park, and then you go and pick up all the stash money that he had. And he tells you about, like, okay, this guy can sell you. I'm gonna give you this guy's phone number. This guy can sell you like some weed seeds or whatever, so you can plant some weed plants and start growing. And then as you're walking back to your RV, the RV blows up, and then there's a note left next to the RV that says, "Stay out of our town. We run this place. Don't move into our territory." And it's apparently some cartel people or something that are in that town that they it actually might be them, because it might be like a spoof of them.
There's only like 2, right? Like major ones.
No, there's a lot. There's like
In
a lot.
Mexico.
There's way more than 2 major ones in Mexico. There's at least like 6 of them. But
That we hear on social media, yeah.
But this cartel or whatever in the game tells you to not move into your territory. Your uncle calls you from prison at the payphone, and he tells you, "Yeah, you got to be careful with these guys. Like they know you're there, obviously, but just keep your head down and try to do your own thing, and eventually you'll be able to take them on." And like the game does have like weapons you can buy. You can buy like a knife, a baseball bat, a gun. But like I tried to buy a gun. I had enough money for it, but the problem is it said like you're not high enough level. You have to be like a whatever level, like a hustler level 1 or something like that, and you are a low something like a peddler or something like that. So like you rank up every day based on how many drugs you sell and how many drugs your drug dealers sell and how much money you made. So that's like an XP thing you get every night because every day the clock will reach like 4 a.m. and it forces you to go to bed. So like the going to bed is like the save feature. Like that's where the game saves, and then you wake up and it's a new day. It's 7 a.m. It's a new day, and you got all these people hitting you up for drugs and stuff. But yeah, like when it becomes nighttime, there's a curfew. From 9 p.m. to 5 a.m., there's a curfew at night. And so if the police catch you outside, you automatically get arrested. They automatically start chasing you around and like try to arrest you, which I find odd because I've been out at night and I see other NPCs like walking around the map like that are not cops. And I'm like, well, why are the cops not fucking with them? You know what I mean? Like, why do they only fuck with me? Like, they'll walk right by that guy and see him out in the middle of the night, and they don't do nothing to him. But if they see me out in the middle of the night, they automatically start chasing me. You know what I mean?
They know you, bro.
Weird.
They know
you.
you.
You got some
It's kind of weird.
cops.
Yeah. Yeah, something's going on there. But anyways, the cops will try to arrest you at night. There's a curfew. But once 4 a.m. hits, you'll notice that like your chemist, like your meth cook guy, and your herbalist guy, the guy that's planting all your like weed plants and shit, they'll stop working, and so will your cleaner. They just won't move. They kind of just stand outside in front of your house. They kind of won't move. And like I tried punching them because you can punch them to motivate them to work faster, and it didn't work. It didn't work, right? So I'm like, why are these guys moving? Like, and then I checked because on their bed there's these briefcases, and the briefcases hold their money. Like you have to put money in there for them, so they get paid every day. And it'll be like the chemist costs $200 a day, the cleaner costs $100 a day, and the guy that cuts up your weed and plants it, he costs $300 a day. And you got to have enough money there every day for them to be able to get paid to continue working. If you don't put enough money in there for them, they won't do shit all day. They'll just stand around. They won't do nothing. So you got to have enough money in there for them. And so I checked their shit. They all had like my thing is I always have $1,000 in each of their things just to make sure that they're paid up for a few days, in case I forget. And then I checked it. I'm like, what the fuck? Why aren't they moving? And then I realized it said it's 4 a.m. The game will tell you it's 4 a.m. now. Please go to bed to progress the game further, to like continue progressing the game. So you have to go to bed, and then you wake up, and then when you wake up, you realize they're working again. They're doing their thing again. They're actually working again. So there's that. But yeah, the game is kind of cool, man. Like I said, it has a really like addicting like progression loop. Like it's like, okay, just one more thing. I gotta buy one more thing. I gotta do one more thing. And like the problem that I have right now is my house that I have is too small. Like I think I laid it out pretty good, right? Because I have 3, because you have to have a bed for each worker. So I have 3 beds in there. The bedroom is kind of like a weed room. Like it has like all these like little pot things you can grow weed in, like these little like planter things you can grow weed on, and then or weed in, and then I have all these racks everywhere where all my shit is stored. Like I have baggies to bag the stuff. I have product. I have like chemicals that mix with the meth, and I have like the Viagra pill storage, where I mix all my Viagra with all my drugs. I got the jelly bean storage where all the jelly beans are. I got like a pretty good setup, guys. Like if I was to show one of you guys like what my setup looks like, you'll be like, that's pretty efficient, Jesus.
You're a great good drug dealer.
Problem is though, I can't like if I wanted to hire like the guy that bags the because there's a guy that like because you can hire 4 different workers. There's like the chemist, the cleaner, the guy who does your like your bud, like your cutting or whatever, your harvester guy, and then the guy who does packaging. He'll package all your drugs for you. Like they'll just package drugs all day. Like they just package it into the baggies or whatever. So you can, if I wanted to hire him, I'd have to give up my own bed in the house, right? That means I would have to go sleep in the hotel or in my other little, because I bought like another little property. It's like a little room on top of like a Chinese restaurant. But that room is really small. And I'm thinking maybe I should move the meth operation to the Chinese restaurant and have the meth guy work there with another cleaner there. And I'll have the house just be like a weed house. So I'm thinking about doing all that. The problem is moving all the stuff around because you have to empty the racks of everything. You have to empty out the racks, and that fills up your inventory. Then you gotta like pick up the rack that goes into your inventory slot. Then you gotta run across the map and drop it off and set it up, and there's just a lot of work
Can you
to do.
transport it in a vehicle, like in a van or anything like that?
Yeah, I don't have a car though, and like the cars.
Drug dealer doesn't have a car.
Listen, me, man. Listen, me, bro. I don't want a car.
Viagra and fucking all kinds of shit in your drugs. You can't afford a car.
Listen,
he's laundering money. He's got
so much making $100,000 a week over here.
Man, I launder it all, but I can't have a car.
I don't want a car.
Pay cash for a car.
A car is stupid. A car gets you pulled over by the cops, and I have to drive through checkpoints. Didn't I tell you guys this? The fucking
you're gonna ride your BMX bike around with your hat backwards, right?
No,
that shit will get you busted.
Skateboard.
No, not. Yeah, you get a skateboard.
Skateboard.
There's no BMX bikes, but you can buy a skateboard. So I'm gonna buy a skateboard, Gunny, and I'm gonna do it that way. I'd rather be the skateboard drug dealer around town that's making millions than be the guy with the Ferrari that gets caught because I had to drive through a checkpoint and get caught by the cops. All right, like I'm not doing that. Yeah, I can go buy a fucking car from the dealership, and they have like different cars. Like they have the jalopy or whatever. That's like the first car you get. That's like I think that's only like $4,000 or $5,000. Then they have the van, it's like a creeper, like kidnapper van. They have one of those.
Cargo van, like
I would get that.
Van.
Yeah.
Those never get pulled over, right? They always have like a fucking woman tied up in the back, you know?
That's like a $10,000 car. Then they have like one of them that looks like a what does it look like? Like a 4-door sedan, like a newer car. That one of those. Then they have from that they have like an SUV. It looks like a cat, like an Escalade or something. And then they have like a Ferrari looking car. It looks like a Ferrari or a Lamborghini or some shit, like a sports car. And I'm like, okay, that one costs like $150,000. So like the game, obviously you can make a lot of money. You just got to have it all like set up correctly, right? And right now I think I don't have my setup correctly to maximize my profits, Gunny, all right? So listen, if I make the weed house just a weed house or whatever, I can move the meth operation to the Chinese restaurant. And then I could maximize my profits here, right? Because I could grow more weed at the weed house and make more meth at the meth Chinese restaurant place. All right, like I got to maximize my profits.
Meth and noodles. That sounds delicious. Yeah.
So the problem here, though, is Gunny, that is like I wish they had a thing where the drug dealers that you're supplying would just automatically go and get the drugs from you. Like, you know what I mean? Like when it's packaged up, they could just come and pick it up. The problem is you have to go deliver it to them, and that takes a lot of time. Like having to go deliver these drugs to these drug dealers for them to move it for me. It's like I gotta find out where they're at on the map because sometimes they're out drug dealing, they're not at home. So you go knock on their apartment or their house, and there's like, "Oh, Benji is out drug dealing right now." It's like, "Oh, fucking Benji, where the fuck is he?" And you gotta open up the map, kind of pinpoint the location where he's at, and kind of run towards that location and find him because they're constantly moving, right? They're constantly moving around the map. So you got to kind of have to like track him and move and move and move, and then you catch up to him, and then you realize like, oh, this motherfucker doesn't even have space for the drugs I'm trying to give him. Like he has too many drugs on him. I can't give him this drug that I'm trying to give him. I'm like, fuck. So that's the like. I think the packager guy, the guy that packages your drugs, I think you can have him deliver drugs to the people, but I don't know how that works because I haven't unlocked him yet. So like, see, I gotta experiment with all this shit, man. So I'm trying. I'm doing my best to be the best drug dealer this town deserves.
Good.
You know, they deserve a good drug
Good
dealer.
for you.
And I'm trying my best. All right. Yeah. So the meth lady, she's selling me low class. What's it called? Like what the fuck is that shit that they put in that they used to make meth? Pseudoephedrine or something like that.
Like originally, right? I think it was something in Sudafed that would make it
something
with.
like. So she's selling me these pills right now. They're like Sudafed
Acetaminophen?
pills. No, she's selling me like this Sudafed pills right now. But I'm like, once I buy enough of them from her and keep paying off my debt to her, my reputation with her goes up, and she'll start selling me better ones and better ones. Like the weed guy who was selling me the weed seeds or whatever. He started off with like OG Kush, like some hobo weed. And then after I kept buying them from him and kept paying off my debts to him, he was like, "Hey, now I got this purple Kush." And then like once I had I kept buying that and kept paying off my debts. He's like, "Hey, now I have this like fucking other shit." I forget what it was called. And then the last one was like some granddaddy purple Kush OG King shit. And I was like, yeah, that's the most expensive one. So that obviously gives me the best weed. But yeah. And you can buy like all these things for your weed growing operation. Because like the more you level up, the more stuff you unlock at the stores and shit. So like you unlock A, more ingredients to mix with your drugs, and B, better hardware to grow your drugs with or whatever, you know what I mean? So you could unlock like better lighting, better pots, better soil, better fertilizer for your weed, all that type of shit. So like it provides better drugs, right? Better equipment, better drugs, and
like all this, like it reminds me of like, I mean, I haven't seen a lot of gameplay, but I'm like, my alchemy over here in Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 is putting me to sleep. You know, I need to be playing this.
Yeah, it's fun, dude. It's fun. It's like satisfying packaging all the drugs and shipping them, and it's really satisfying. And then you have like legit money, like your money you have in your bank account. That's the money you use to buy stuff like at the real estate office or at like at the stores. Like stores only accept money off of debit cards. But like when you go to the shady warehouse where like the guy that sells you the workers or the guy that sells you guns or the guy that sells you like illegal stuff like I don't know, like iodine and weird shit, like weird shit. Like he'll sell you like acid and like batteries and shit to like mix with your meth. That guy, he only accepts cash. So you got to have a balance of having the right amount of cash and the right amount of money in your bank account to be able to buy the stuff you want to buy. That's where the money laundering comes in to keep your account filled up, you know. But you also got to have enough cash to pay your workers because your workers are only paid in cash. So like you got to have this balance of like enough cash and enough money in your bank account to keep everyone happy, you know, to keep everything in balance. And I was arrested one time because I don't know what. I think I pulled out like a drug bag in front of a cop and he like tased me and the taser knocked me out and then he arrested me.
How long?
He tased the fucking shit out of me. He like fucking he didn't give me a chance. He just fucking tased me and put me in handcuffs. And it's like, yo, you've been arrested. And it's like, okay. And then I woke up and I was outside of the jail. And I don't know what happened. I don't know what the consequence was. I'm sure they took my drugs. I think I lost
We usually don't
money.
return those things to you.
Yeah, I think I lost some money. I think that's what it was. You lose money or whatever if you get arrested.
I was going to ask you, like, how long, like, I don't know if you had, methamphetamines. I guess it depends on how much you have on you. Like, how much time you spend in jail.
I think you only always spend a day, but you lose so much money based on the things that you had, right? So, like, if you have a lot of drugs on you, you probably get fined, like a really heavy fine, or whatever. I'm assuming that's how it works. The game is in early access, and I see a lot of potential with this game. Honestly, like, it is really, like, it's very simple graphics. You've seen it, Mayo, right? Like, a very
Yeah.
cartoony, very simple.
Yeah. It's like
Very
simple, like South Park, simpler than that even.
Yeah,
it's crude South Park, like stick figure South Park, almost like
Yeah, like OG
not
South
stick
Park.
figures, but like it's very.
It's like original South Park type shit. Like, it's really crude graphics, but the game runs pretty good. It's been rare that I've been stuck on certain occasions. I get stuck on certain geometry, but there's like a thing in the pause menu where you like hit this button and it'll unstick you. Like, you just press I'm stuck and you click on that and then it'll like unstick you or whatever. Like, it'll kind of spawn you near where you were. And yeah, like, I've been exploring the map, trying to see like the different areas of town. You start off with like a certain part of town, the motel area, and then you unlock the other part of town. Then you unlock downtown, which is what I just unlocked when I got the meth. I unlocked downtown, and then each section of the map that you unlock has a new drug dealer that you can hire on that section of the map. But to hire that drug dealer, you have to build up enough reputation with his connections, like his people, which are like obviously the buyers of the drugs. You have to build up enough reputation with them for them to be like, hey, I know this guy who might want to sell for you if you go meet up with him, and like, if this guy's name is so and so, you should go talk to him and he might sell for you. And then you go talk to him and you're like, hey, can you sell some drugs for me? And they're like, yeah, I can, but I need like $2,000 up front, and I'm gonna take 20% of all the sales. And you're like, okay, I'll agree to that. And then you agree to it, and then you pay him the money, and then you give him the drugs, and then they start selling for you. And you assign, like, and then from there you can pull up your list of customers and just assign him up. I think you can assign up to 8 customers per drug dealer. So then you'll assign him 8 customers, and you keep giving them drugs, and they'll just keep buying from him. Yeah, so it's a pretty cool little progression. Like, the loop of making the drugs, selling them, making more drugs, making more money, buying more drugs, more stuff to make more drugs, and it's just like, it's a good loop. It just works, and it's satisfying to play it, dude. Like, it really is. I had so much fun playing it.
Did you ever play Drug Dealer Simulator? I don't remember if you did or not, but that's something I haven't played. I don't know if there's 1 and 2 out or not.
There's 2 of those games, and I never played those, and it has me wondering, is it like this game but better graphics? I don't know. Like,
yeah, I hear people talking about it now because this one's out.
But the loop of this game is so good. Like, it's like perfect. Like, that's what makes this game so appealing, I think, is the gameplay loop of, like I said, you buy stuff, you make drugs, you sell it, and you buy more stuff. Yeah.
Sweet, man. I'll check out that demo.
I definitely could see this game becoming like really big. Like,
yeah, I went out to dinner last week with my kids. One of them had a birthday, and my daughter, who's 18, her boyfriend was talking about it. He's like, "Hey, have you heard of this game?" I'm like, "Oh yeah, I know what it is," And he was kind of snickering about it. He's like, "Oh yeah, we have lots of fun playing that game,"
Yeah, I can see the appeal because you can play it co-op with people, I think, and so that's kind of cool. So yeah, like, the game is fun, and it's a fun game. I think I paid $20 for it. Do I recommend it at $20? It's kind of a hard buy. if you're not into the loop, you're not gonna like it, right? Like if you're not into grinding to like upgrade stuff and organize your your building or the room that you have, if you're not good at organizing or you don't want to organize or you don't want to like it's not the game for you, right? But once you figure all that stuff out and you figure out how to hire people and how to like assign people to do certain things, because it's not automatic. When you hire someone, it's not automatic. Like if you hire the herbalist guy or whatever, like he's not automatically like going to your house to start planting weed and growing it and harvesting it for you. Like no, you have to literally like you have to click on them. You have to assign them a bed. Once you assign him a bed, you have to pay him. Once you pay him, you have to then go back to him and kind of assign the task that you want him to do. And they have a limited amount of tasks they can do, right? So they can only do so much. You can't. One guy cannot grow like 500 weed plants. I mean, in real life, you might be able to, but not in the game. Like in the game, I think they have a maximum limit of like 8 or so plants per person. And like, for example, the cleaner guy, the guy that cleans, that all he does is clean, you can only assign 3 trash cans to him. And the trash cans will have a radius, right? It'll show like a green radius. And that radius is the area that guy will clean up to. He'll clean this whole room or whatever up to that radius. And if there's trash outside that radius, he won't even pick it up. He'll just leave it like he don't pick it up.
Is that where is that something that you as the player, like you go clean that up because he does it because his radius is small?
Yeah, exactly. You would have to go yourself and either pick it up.
Can you upgrade him, do you think, or do you just have to hire somebody else?
I don't know, to be honest. And I don't know if you can upgrade the trash cans or what the fuck you could do there, but I had to rearrange the trash cans to like, okay, I had to put this one in the middle of the room. I had to put this other one in the middle of this other room because the guy wasn't picking up all the trash in the room. And I'm like, motherfucker, I hired you to pick up the trash. I want you to pick it all up.
Did you punch him in the face? Did that help?
It did not help. But I did put the trash can in the middle of the room. And that did help because he was like, oh, okay, now I have the whole room I have to clean. And he'll actually go in there and clean the whole room. Yeah, so like, the game it's very like, you have to kind of know what you're doing. And a lot of times it doesn't tell you how to do it. You kind of just have to like figure it out. Like, oh, this is what I got to do, So yeah, it's a cool little game. And I want to buy a skateboard so I can get around town faster. Because right now all I'm doing is I'm on foot. So I'm literally running around the map on foot, trying to like go to the store to buy more Viagra pills, go to the store to buy more jelly beans, go to the store to buy more of this and more of that. And like, it's very like, oh man, this is frustrating. Like, I don't know what the fuck I'm doing.
I'm curious what the pharmacist is thinking, or the lady at Walgreens when you walk in going, I need more Viagra. Like, didn't you just were you here yesterday?
Right.
Damn.
It's not.
He's just like a super repeat customer.
It's not
all the Viagra.
You're like, I'm helping out the old folks, the senior citizen living.
It's not a pharmacy. It's more like a gas station that you go to. And it's called like the Gassy Mart or something like that. I think that's what it's called.
Those rhinos, bro.
There's 2 Gassy Marts in the town, and then you can go to one or the other, and then you could buy different things. Or you could buy Viagra, you could buy iodine, you could buy gasoline, you can buy like something, I forget what it's called, but it's like almost like ibuprofen, kind of like a painkiller you can buy. But that doesn't mix as good with. No, it's called like paracetamol or something like that. But like, it doesn't mix good with it. Like it does enhance the drugs, but it makes them more sedative than like the Viagra, where the Viagra makes it more addicting, I think. So I just opted to use Viagra for everything because I'm like, this is what makes everything addictive. I got to use this over everything else because this is what the customer wants. So yeah, so
you're with coffee.
And then you can buy different outfits for your character. I thought buying a different outfit would like increase my carrying capacity because I'm like, maybe I don't have enough pockets or something. Maybe I should go buy like a new jacket. And I bought him a bulletproof vest. I don't know why. But I was like, this looks cool. I'm going to buy him a red one.
God, dude, by a rival gang or
So I bought him a red bulletproof vest, and now he's running around like 50 Cent in the map. and I run like 50 Cent with the bulletproof vest on, and yeah,
You look like Dr. Disrespect now, or what?
yeah,
Right.
yeah. What else? Yeah.
Put a
So
mustache on him.
that's what I'm doing. And you can do your own drugs, like you can smoke your own meth or your own weed, and it does give you like a high, like the game will get all blurry or it'll get all fucked up.
And you become
Uh,
addicted to it. You know,
I don't know. I don't.
like it doesn't
think
show like
so.
you know, a lot of video games show like, hey, if you keep doing this, you could be like Fallout does it.
Maybe, yeah, maybe. I don't know. I haven't really gotten. I don't think so because it hasn't happened. And then for some reason, there's red like a Red Bull looking can in the game, like a blue and silver can with like a red logo. I forget what it's called in the game. Maybe it's called Bullseye or some shit in the game. But that it's like an energy drink. It says, but it kind of counters the effects of drugs. So like if you're too high and you can't move around, you drink one of those and it'll kind of like get the high or go away, and then you're kind of good again. But yeah, like
Yeah, call it some jet.
Yeah.
I think that's what it is in Fallout.
so, but yeah, like I know in the game I could buy more property, so I bought the house and I made that into a crack home. Okay, it's not a crack house, it's a crack home. Okay, we are very loving people there.
Yeah.
So, but I know you can buy like other ones. You can buy like a mansion. You can buy like a house in the suburbs. You can buy like a big house. But I kind of want to buy the bigger one so I can like move all my operations around. You know, like I said, maybe I'll split the cocaine operation to one place, the meth operation to another place, and then the weed operation to another place, and kind of go from there.
Yeah, you don't want everything in one place in case the FBI raids it or ATF or whoever the fuck comes over there.
Yeah, you don't want those fuckers raiding your shit. Tell them to fuck off. But yeah, cool game, man. I didn't think I was gonna get into it as much as I did. I honestly did not even think I wanted to buy this game, and I was like, well, I'll give it a shot. I guess I was like, I'll just try it on a whim, and I did, and
It seems like a Jesus
surprised.
game though. Like you got into that contraband game, like you played
Yeah.
a different one last or a couple years ago, I remember.
Yeah, like I'm into this shit, man. I'm into this fucking like. All right, let's do this. Let's make more drugs, sell more drugs. Yeah, Gunny.
Besides doing all the drugs and making drugs, any other good games you've been playing?
Besides that, not really. No, I just played some more Call of Duty this week, and besides Call of Duty, a little bit of Assassin's Creed Shadow, but like I said, I haven't really progressed the story. Yeah, I'm kind of like in a gaming slump again. I'm like, I know South of Midnight is on Game Pass. I know I can access that. I know I can access Indiana Jones still, but like, I don't want to. I just, it's like I don't know if I don't. It's not that I don't have the time. I don't have the motivation to. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No,
Have you
I
ever, does that ever happen to you where
I-
like
yeah.
where you want a game but you don't want a game? Like you're
Absolutely. That's been me for 2 weeks. Like that I was
You're
just
like,
gonna say that same exact thing.
Like you
You're
think
like,
about it when you're not playing, but when you go to sit down and play, you're like,
Yeah.
I don't know what I want to do.
Yeah.
like, I'm
well,
at-
you don't even know if you want a game or not. That's the thing.
I'm at work and I'm like thinking, oh man, I should go home. And I'm thinking of all these games that I have. I'm like, oh, maybe I should play some Helldivers, or maybe I should play like some Red Dead, or maybe I'll play some GTA, or maybe I'll play some fucking AC Shadows, or some Indiana Jones, or Harry Potter, or like any of the games that I own, right? And like I just start thinking about it. I'm like, man, that game is so much fun. I should go home and play that. And then I get home and I go to my computer and I sit down, turn it on, and it's like I don't want to launch any of this shit. I don't want to.
That's me. Yeah, that was me for 2 weeks, dude. But I played them. I played them like just for. I forced myself to play South of Midnight and other games, and then I played mobile games.
I don't want to force myself. It's like I don't want to do this. I just. It's like. I don't know, man. It's weird to explain. Gaming has become so different for me too, man. Back in the day, I used to game with a lot of people, right? Like with friends all the time, constantly
A lot of
talking
Halo,
to
right?
friends.
And COD.
COD, Battlefield, Halo, all these games that constantly talking to friends, bullshitting with friends. And now gaming's kind of become like a lonely hobby. Like PC gaming, I don't know what the fuck it is about it, but it's like a very lonely hobby. Compared to console gaming, PC, like people, one thing that PC gamers never bring up is just how alone you'll be playing a lot of these PC games. Whereas I feel like playing on my console is where I had more experiences with people all the time. Like first thing you did when you launch an Xbox, you launch your Xbox, you start up a party. Next thing you know, you got people joining, you got people inviting you to different parties.
Or you're joining a party already, right?
Or someone invites you right off the bat, like, hey, join our party. And boom, now you're chatting with like 10 different people about 10 different things. And you're just bullshitting and you're all playing different games, or maybe you're all playing the same game or whatever, right? And then you kind of just bullshitting with all your friends. And then PC gaming is like, okay, I get in here, I launch my PC, and it's like, who's online? Oh, no one's online. Okay, okay, so I guess I'll launch a game now. Next thing you know, I'm playing a game for 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 hours, maybe, if it's a good game. Next thing you know, 6 hours went by, but it was a lonely experience. It was just me by myself for 6 hours playing this game, right? It wasn't a shared experience. It wasn't an experience I got to share with someone else. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Where console gaming,
when you're working,
console gaming was always like a shared experience for me. Always, always. And I don't know what it is with PC gaming, man, but PC gamers don't talk. They don't, because everyone's always doing their own thing. Everyone's doing like their own thing. Everyone's always, oh, well, I'm streaming, or I'm doing this, or I'm watching this stream, or I'm playing but I'm watching a movie, or I'm playing but I'm watching now. I'm like, what the fuck? Like, how do you guys do this? Like, how do you play a game and watch Netflix at the same time? I could never. I don't have the attention span to fucking give it to two different things that demand my attention. You know what I mean? Like that would be too hard. Like to watch a movie on Netflix and
my
a game at the
question
same time.
is it more of an age thing as we continue to get older?
Yeah,
that's also the thing,
like,
right?
You got more responsibility. You're doing this like my son, like my 20-year-old. He comes on and he's got like a Discord chat, and he's got like 10 friends in there with him, and they're all doing separate things, but they're all in chat. And maybe two of them are playing the game together. He's got one of their streams playing. He's just kind of BS with him. He's doing his own thing. He could be playing Counter-Strike or something, and all of his friends are playing something else. But he's just all in a big group with them, and he pretty much plays with them like every single night. So maybe it's just an age thing where we're we all have our schedules, right? We all have our work schedules. Like my schedule is completely different from your two. So like when I'm gaming, you guys are not around because you guys are usually at work yet. And then like I'm getting ready to go to bed, and you guys are just getting off work. So I'm like, all right. I mean, I'm getting ready to wind down, call it a night. Got to work in the morning. I get up at 5 o'clock in the morning. And
it's a rare treat, right, for us to play a game together, right, Mayo, or talk together in Discord.
And it's nice, but like it really is like a lonely experience gaming on PC. Like I realized how lonely it is on the PC to game. Like, and I consider. I ask myself, should I go back to console gaming? Like, what am I missing? Like, am I missing the social
do it on
interaction?
Console gaming as well, I don't communicate at all on console gaming.
Yeah, and that's what I was wondering. I was like, maybe it's just like you're right. Maybe I tell myself, maybe I just aged out of that. Maybe I'm not in that group in that age range anymore where you talk to your friends while you game. You just don't do that now at this age, or like past 30-year-old male, and I'm 33 now. So I'm like, maybe you got
a foot in the grave at this point.
I'd aged out, man, and I'm half dead already. Like.
That means I'm dead at 53.
Gunny, you're fucking dead, bro. I don't know.
Gunny's like arms that deep.
One hand in the grave. Put some more Viagra in my fucking.
Gunny, you have no pulse, bro. like you know what I mean? Like no, but it is like that, and it's kind of weird, like because a lot of my real life people that I know, right? A lot of my friends and whatever. A lot of them game, but they they game on a schedule, and it's like what but that's what they did. Game on a schedule. They game on like oh no, bro, I only game on like Tuesdays for like 2 hours from 5 to 7 on Tuesday.
Those are responsible gamers right there.
Yeah. Like my gaming time is from 5 p.m. to 7 p.m. on Tuesday nights. That's my gaming time. The rest of the week I'm doing like other shit, like social shit, like reading a book or going to the bar or going out or
they went bowling.
We know what it is. That's the wife permission window. That's the agreed upon. Like, she's gonna leave me alone for these 2 hours for this day of the week, and not give me any honey-do list.
And I'm like, no, like that doesn't work for me. Like for me, I just try to get his game in as much as I can, but like. It's hard, man. Like it really is. Like I said, it's getting to a point where I'm getting bored with it, and I don't know if I'm getting bored with the hobby or what it is because I like podcasting. Problem is, I podcast about video games, and if I'm not playing video games, then what do I podcast about? You know what I mean? It's like I like podcasting. I like talking about video games. I enjoy talking about video games. I love talking about what goes on around video games, but sometimes video games don't bring me the joy that they used to bring me, and I don't know what it is, man. Listen, I need a therapist. Someone go get a therapist. Go get a therapist right now. I need like a fucking what's that fucking app that every podcast is promoting, like better help or some shit. Better help, better that app where like
I don't know.
Oh, do this online fucking therapy or whatever where you fucking I think it's called Better Help or some shit. Like give me one of those motherfuckers on here, Mayo. Get him on the Discord.
There you go, Jesus.
Wait, is that for people that game too much, or what is that? I have not heard of that.
No, it's like a therapist, but it's an app, like a therapist, like you can talk to a therapist without going to like an actual like therapist, like
my work sent me something like that.
Yeah, like you talk to them online on an app or whatever.
Isn't there like a nationwide like hotline for that? It's like a 3-digit number you can call for like not gaming, but like like it's like a thing where you can like if you're experiencing any kind of like symptoms and you want to talk to somebody or something like that, and you can call.
What am I gonna do, Mel? Call this number and tell them that I'm like.
Yeah, hey guys, call the number and be like, "Hey guys,
Schedule 1. It's a video game.
I don't enjoy video games anymore. What do I do?" They say you can call for any reason because no reason is too big or small, whatever they call it. They're like, "Oh, that you can call for anything, Jesus."
It's okay to not be okay. Is that what it is? Listen, man. Listen, I'm having a midlife crisis, motherfuckers. All right, like I'm dying. I'm halfway in the grave, and I don't know what to do anymore. Right? I don't know what to do, man.
I feel like you need to buy that sports car in Schedule 1, Jesus. Get rid of this. Don't buy the skateboard. Go straight for the Lamborghini. Get the Camaro. There's a yellow Camaro in there. I saw it. It's in the.
I told you, it's like a sports car or something. Yeah, I'm gonna buy that. Run from the cops. I'm just saying, man. Like, I don't know. It just doesn't bring me as much joy as it used to, and it's kind of sad because I'm like, I love gaming. And I know that I love it, right? I know this, but at the same time, it's like maybe I'm getting too old for games. Am I getting too old, Mayo? What's going on?
I don't think. I still think some of it's just like the lack of creativity at times too in games because we've seen so much. It's rare that we find something new. Because
like
when we
something
do find something new,
right? Like something new,
find something new, we enjoy it. We're like, oh, this is awesome, or this is great, and we'll talk about it quite a bit. And that's all we want to play. But like the games nowadays are like reskin versions of another game. Like a lot of times.
You're right. Everything is reskinned.
I was thinking that myself, like yesterday when I was playing South of Midnight, and I'm doing this.
Everything's the same, bro. Everything.
And I'm like, oh, what? The environment has thorns in it, and when you fight the area, I got such a Devil May Cry vibe. So okay, you go to this area, and all of a sudden you're locked into this area, like the thorns wrap around you, and now enemies appear, and you got to kill the enemies, and then this little thing. This last orb comes in, you destroy that last orb, all the vines disappear. Now you can go through your area and keep on going like you were, A lot like Devil May Cry. You remember Devil May Cry would do what? You go into a room, all the doors were locked all of a sudden. You had to fight your way out, killed all the enemies. You could finally keep on moving. Like I just feel like they just lack so much creativity anymore because we've just seen it all and done it all so much.
I think you're right. I think that's why I enjoyed like Death Stranding so much because it was so different.
Mm-hmm.
It was so different. Like the whole thing of like the balancing the guy and carrying the packages and upgrading your fucking carrying capacity and having a little BB dog, little baby with you or whatever, and all this crazy shit. Like, and just the crazy wackiness of the story is what made me love that game, and I still love that game.
Too, like the things too. Like I think of the games that you play, it's a lot of games that are like kind of like a randomness to them. I want to say like Norland. Norland, like you had so many random things that would happen to you in that game, and you got so many hours in that.
Yeah, but it's because you're right, unique. Because so many random things are constantly happening and it's not predictable. You know what I mean? Like it's constantly changing the game for me. Like it's never.
But, and you can have games like Kingdom Come Deliverance, but that still becomes predictable because you don't know what's going to happen. We've kind of experienced it all before.
Yeah, you've seen that RPG element. You seem like, all right, we know the arc here. We know you're gonna be the good guy, and blah blah blah.
But I feel like the story's compelling in Kingdom Come Deliverance too, and I think people want to see it through.
But I think
too.
Eventually, though, I get burnt out on everything, man. I just get like, I don't enjoy it no more. Gaming is not fun. Like, give me something good. Games suck nowadays. That's what it is, man. We need to hire these motherfuckers that were like doing acid and shit and cocaine off hookers' asses. Like, we need Cliffy B back. We need motherfucking Hideo Kojima. We need motherfucking old
Hideo's
school
cooking, bro. He's cooking.
We need old game makers to be running studios, not fucking stupid fucking committee teams and fucking LGBTQ fucking rights fucking committees and fucking social justice committees and make sure that the game doesn't offend no one. Like, I don't want none of that shit. I want something fucking crazy. Like, you know who needs to make a game? Kanye West. That crazy motherfucker. Get him to make a game. I bet you his game would be fucking nuts. And it'd probably be cool because he'd just go fucking crazy. He'd be like, I got crazy ideas. All right, let's do this shit. Because, just give him we need creative freedom. And creative freedom is not a thing anymore.
And even not just
game
in video
developers,
games,
Elon Musk said he wants to start a new studio.
Movies as well.
Yeah.
Like there's so many like sequels anymore. Oh, we gotta live up a sequel. We gotta live up a sequel. It's safe. We can't come up with something new. Let's just do a sequel. What was that?
There's no creative freedom, bro.
There's like a new Days of Thunder movie coming out. It's like, let's do another Ghostbusters. Let's do another Days of Thunder now. Let's do, like all these other shows, and it's just this like constant remake.
It's not like a new Snow White movie, is there? Come on.
Yeah. Well,
yeah.
Or live action stuff.
It's just no creative freedom, which brings a lack of fun to the fucking hobby, to the environment.
Do you think it's like the leadership or like the lack of people making them, like the companies? Say like Ubisoft. Do you think it's Ubisoft holding them back, the developers back, or do you think the developers aren't as creative anymore?
I think the developers that are just not creative. I think because all the developers all the developers that are right now working for like Ubisoft, EA, let's think Xbox, Activision, think the big studios, right? Bethesda and all these studios, yeah. They have the big guy up top, like Todd Howard or whatever, right? For Bethesda. But think about everyone that works for him making the next Elder Scrolls game. These guys they're probably all in their 30s to, I want to say, or let's say 25 to 55 years old. And some of them may have been in the industry their whole life. Some of them may have just switched industries, or some of them may be starting their career at Bethesda, but they've never had creative freedom. Like they've been doing the same thing since they started there, and they've never done something different, and they've never pushed themselves to do something different.
Yeah, or they're really attached to what they grew up playing. These guys all grew up playing games. We're like our generation. We didn't grow up like the people making our games didn't like grow up
playing our games. They grew up reading comic books. Yeah, they grew up playing fucking Dungeons and Dragons and board games and reading comic books and fucking like all that shit, right? And like these motherfuckers, you're right. These motherfuckers that are making games now, they grew up playing the Mario and the fucking Donkey Kongs and motherfucking PlayStation 1 games and
So I think that
and yeah,
influences
you're
you in a
right.
way because you like, oh, I want to do a game that's like this and this and this, but it's probably already been done before. But
And
maybe
it's
it's
been
something you
done.
liked back in the day,
Yeah, and it's been
and
done
you're
and
just
like
kind of
it's not
like,
innovative. It's not innovative.
Well, I think also, in the last, I don't know how many years now, we're not seeing a lot of those really cool single player games like, like Kingdom Come Deliverance or what's another example? Like, well, it could because now it's all a lot of live service games, right? And there's that huge push, right, to push those forward, right, to make as many as possible. Well, for whoever it is, because they know that's a cash cow.
It
So,
just sucks, bro. To
a
me, it
looter
just
shooter, yeah, whatever it might
the
be.
problem with it is that it's fucking with my hobby and it's making me not enjoy it as much.
Fortnite.
And I'm having a midlife crisis where I'm gonna have to switch hobbies, man. I'm gonna
What
have
are
to
you gonna
find
do,
something
Jesus? What are
new.
you
I
gonna do?
don't
You gonna
fucking
go
know.
make drugs, real
Listen, man,
life?
I don't know. Maybe I'm gonna go make drugs in real life. I don't fucking know, right? Listen,
Go buy that
I'm
Chinese
having,
restaurant down the street from your house. I really like their egg rolls, by the way.
listen, I'm gonna buy the Jollibee that's opening up around the corner from my house. I'm gonna make meth out that motherfucker. All right.
The
Listen,
Filipino
uh,
restaurant we're cooking meth,
listen.
hey. Come on.
Listen, man, I'm having a midlife crisis, Mayo. I don't know what to do. I'm freaking the fuck out. All right, because like it's not pushing me to want to even get a new PC. It's not pushing me to want to get a new console. It's not pushing me to want to look forward to new games. New games that I look forward to. I'm like, I don't even look forward to this shit no more. It's just like whatever. I don't even fucking care. I don't even know what's coming out next month. I don't even know what's coming out next week. I have no fucking fucks given anymore. It's like I don't give a fuck, and it's fucking with me because it's fucking with my head because I do this podcast and I'm like I should be caring about this stuff, but it's getting to a point where I'm not caring about this stuff, and it's kind of frustrating to me because I can't fix it. I don't know how to fix it. I don't know if fixing it I have to fucking go find indie titles to play. I don't know what the fuck I got to do, man. But like Game Pass ain't cutting it. Game Pass ain't doing it for me. PlayStation ain't doing it for me because they haven't released shit in the last fucking however long.
What about
All
the
right.
Steam Deck? Anything on there?
Steam
I
is
guess
not
it's
cutting it for
whatever's in
me.
your library.
Yeah, it's not cutting it for me, man. It's just not doing it. Like I need something different. And I don't know what the fuck that's gonna be. I don't know.
You know what I did, Jesus? You know what I did? I like, especially this last week, whatever, after the show. And it was like, man, I really don't want to play video games now, like for some reason. So I went and watched I watched season 2 of Severed, our favorite show on Apple Plus.
Oh, okay, yeah.
I didn't finish season 2 yet, but man, I'm really glad that I stopped playing games and just watched that because that was super fucking enjoyable. So
Yeah.
such a cool show. I really like the writing in that.
Yeah, it's I don't know, man. I'm just like
Go watch Severed, Jesus. Go watch some TV shows.
gaming just isn't as fun as it used to be, and maybe I'm just getting old. I don't know.
I think you are, mister.
No, maybe I'm just getting old in my old age. I don't know. I don't know,
I do
man.
that. Same with the Steam Deck, where I'm like, man, why did I buy that Steam Deck? I'm like, oh man, I'm not playing on it. I'm not playing on the PC. You know what I did all weekend, Jesus? Mayo? You know what I did all weekend?
Uh-oh.
Because I went to the house. I convinced the wife, let's go to the house for 3 days. We're going to go Saturday, Sunday. We'll come home Monday morning. She's got to go to work at some point. And I've got up at the house, I've got the Series S, the Xbox Series S. And one of my favorite a game I've been playing for I feel like 3 years at least, maybe longer, is Far Cry 6. And I swear, it feels like that game just never ends. I'm trying to mainline the story, which are like, I totally forgot what they are, like operations in the game or something like that. And they don't make it easy. They don't want you to do they want you to do everything else and maybe do an operation where they might throw it at you. But it's like, no, let me finish the fucking game, please, Ubisoft. And I think I even own all the DLC. Played a little bit of each part of it, but yeah. But as far as the main story stuff of it, it's like, do a mission. Okay, go back. They'll fucking talk some more shit or whatever. And lot of the missions I feel like they're pretty good. Like, and then some are dumb as hell. Like, I don't know, going to get drunk with some fucking guy you don't even barely even fucking know or whatever, and he's just getting in trouble, and you're fucking shooting bulls and blowing up cows, and yeah. But killing soldiers is my thing. Yeah. But man, I always want to say like, oh, I'm getting closer to the end or whatever. You know, like there'll be some cool cutscenes. And you're like, oh shit, you're gonna get the Presidente. You're gonna kill him and his son. Take over the fucking Yara or whatever that fucking made up country is. But yeah, I don't know. I still had fun with it. It was nice, Mayo, to actually not be at a desk with a keyboard and mouse and just chill down there by the, just sitting on the couch and just chilling. So, but yeah, other than that, I did some mobile gaming. What the hell is that stupid name of the game? It's called KOA Frost and Flame. It just felt like I was just clicking on stuff the whole time, but trying to upgrade my castles and I think Game of Thrones a little bit. Like this music's a little similar, and then you're just trying to, upgrade your castle, get your dragon more powerful, and go after and kill stronger enemies. So, but not a bad game because it actually got me to spend 99 cents on the Apple Store for like
Whoa.
that's rare for me to ever like spend any money on a mobile game. Usually I'm like, I'm not gonna, I'll buy like a full purchase game, right? For $6.99 or whatever it might be. Usually it's like a game you'd see on console, right? But I was like, oh wow, this game's got a good hook to it, so get me to buy some more gold bits or whatever. So, progress the game a little faster. But yeah, it was like, I don't want to sit at the desk and but otherwise I did force myself. I played more Assassin's Creed Shadows and just for a little bit. So, but it's almost like I get it where Jesus is coming from because you're like, it's not the game, right? Oh, well, I know it's not the game. I know it's me, right? Where I'm like, I'm just old, Mayo. I see, because I watch Twitch, right? And I see people like on PC, right? And they're like talking to everybody in the stream. They're talking to everybody on Discord. They're playing the game. Somebody's showing them trailers for another fucking thing, and they're watching that too. And it's like, man, I can't like chew gum and press the right trigger and, aim in sights at the same time. Like, like I can only do one thing, But anyway, I digress. Yeah, that's really it for me. I did game.
What about you? What about you, Mayo?
I've gamed a little bit this week. I ended up playing a decent amount of South of Midnight. I picked it up on Game Pass.
Is that a good game? I have no desire to play that fucking shit. I have no desire.
So this game, it's kind of weird to me. So like the game to me is not challenging at all. So like when you say it's the same shit, it's the same shit we've been doing for a long time, Jesus.
Are you playing baby mode? What's going on here?
No, I am playing on the recommended settings. But
I
this
think
game
I am
holds
too.
your hand so bad. Really? Like it is so linear, Jesus. Like you are in an area and you have basically one direction you can go with maybe one little area that branches off that has a little thing of these like strands that you can collect. It's like for your skill tree. Mm-hmm. You might be able to branch off and you're like, okay, and you come over and you get these abilities, right? You get this push ability, this pull ability, and this ability to make like an object that's not really there become like a solid object. And you come up to a little area and you have to jump across and you can't make the jump, Jesus. But guess what? There is a crate at the bottom of the crater. And it's to the right of the gap. And guess what you can do? You can pull it over to you and then run back to the top and you can jump across it. It's like, oh my gosh, I never thought of this. Never done this before, Jesus. It was so cool.
I've never heard of such a mechanic in a game.
Yeah. So you do stuff like that, and then you grab your stuff, and then you kind of go on. And like I said, you grab it, and you go to your linear path. You go down through there, and they give you some story. Now, you can go into a room, Jesus. You escape into this mansion, right? You wake up, and you're like, you have to escape this room, right? You're locked in a bedroom, but the window's open. Where do I go? Where do I go?
The closet, duh.
Yeah. But you're looking around, and
reminded me of Hitman, by the way.
Very obvious markers wherever you look of stuff you can interact with. Like, oh, there's a book there's like a notepad on the desk over there, and it's got a circle on it. And so you can walk over and hit circle or like triangle, and you collect it, Jesus, and you can read it. It's a note of something. You're like, okay,
Wow.
this is cool. All right, you got this note. Now it's in your lore, Jesus. You can hit pause, and you
Oh,
can
wow.
read the note.
There's nothing more that I love in games than lore. When I have to
All right.
pause
Okay.
my
So
game
now,
to go read the lore.
okay. So now you got this note, Jesus, and you're looking around, and you're finding a couple other things. But okay, okay, I'm gonna go out this window now. You go out the window, and it's a straight linear path. It's telling you exactly where to go, and you're like, okay.
Uh,
But then you come across some enemies, Jesus, and what happens? You're locked in the area. There's like this force around you. It's kind of like this barrier, and you got to fight these enemies until they're all gone, and the barrier will lift up, and you can continue to move. So you're good,
nice.
right?
Magic, black
So
magic.
nothing too innovative here, right? But
That happens in real
here's what I
life.
give the game.
In life, when you get into a bar fight, like the barrier comes up,
Oh, I know. I
and
hate that when you can't leave.
and then you can't leave the bar. You have to just finish this fight and take
Yeah.
everybody out, and
Yep.
then you can leave.
And they even give you a little health thing in the corner. Like, so if you do take some damage, you have a little health thing you can run over to in the corner even. So
Oh
like,
man,
but what I will give this game, which is kind of cool, is the art style is really neat. I
The
do
stop
really
motion.
like. It's kind of like a stop motion effect. Looks really good, and it's something unique. Probably something I haven't seen before. So I can give it some good credit there. I do like that. Um, I also like the music and like the kind of presentation that it gives. Like it just like it has a neat feel to it. Like you're kind of in the story a little bit. It's kind of cool there, but it's just everything I like about this game is like the gameplay and like the style and the music. But I just don't like the mechanics of the game.
yeah, I
Because
get it.
it's so done there, been there, done that kind of thing.
Yeah.
Your main attacking.
You know what game had the best lore mechanic? God of War.
Yeah. Yes.
With the little head guy on your hip talking to you about
Yeah,
the
the guy that
lore.
would talk to you.
That was so cool. That's the only game I actually ever gave
God
a
of War
fuck about the
2018.
lore.
God of War
Like that,
2018.
whatever his name was, I forget his name. Right? Was it
That's
Mimir or
his
something?
brother, right?
No, it's not his brother. He's like a god you kill, but then you cut his head off and you
Yeah,
take
you
him
wear
with
him on your
you.
belt. Yeah.
And then he's just constantly telling you like about like different gods and
And I
different
think you
things.
have him
And
through a lot of the second game as well. Or the
yeah, like
Ragnarok, yeah.
so like he's telling you about like, oh, this god, he used to fucking. Did you hear the story about this god and this giant? And you're like, what's the story? And he's like, oh well, back in the day, this god fought this giant, and the giant fucking did this to him, and like you learn all the lore of the game from this dude on your hip, just constantly talking to
But
you
he's
in
talking to you and you're
between.
not reading it and you're not stopping the
Yeah,
gameplay.
exactly. It's
I think
so
that's the trick.
immersive. Yeah, that was the trick. That's something nice. I hate fucking stopping games. Like I'm looking at you, Assassin's Creed Shadows, where you found a new codex. Go to your codex on
That's
your
what
main
they did in
menu.
South of Midnight. So every time I would find a piece of paper or and then they're like, you
Oh,
found new lore. And then they'd tell you on the screen, it'd be like, hit pause to see what it is. And then you would hit pause and they'd have little markers across all the tabs. You had the
oh
people,
God.
you had the lore tab, you had
Oh, that's
I can't remember what
annoying.
the other ones
I
were, but like
fucking
you have that kind of stuff. So every person you meet in the game, it gives you some kind of history about them. And it's something real
tired.
simple. Like you're okay, I don't really care too much,
But I
okay.
gotta think. I want to give this Jesus. I want to give this game a little more credit because I did play up to the mansion and then I left the mansion as well. But
Mhm.
leading up to that, I gotta say the beginning of the game, great voice acting with you, your
Yeah.
mother, your neighbors. It's all like I thought it was pretty super well done.
Yeah, like I
And
said, the
it's not
game
like a
is
short little
good.
thing. I feel like, yeah, it's a lot of good interactions with you and your mom and yeah, everybody else. And I'm like, okay, I I assumed they were leaving because of the storm. Like she came back and I get it. She had a different, I don't want to spoil too much of it, but yeah, that was all really super well done. And there was a lot of emotion in there. And
Mhm.
even going to meet your grandmother, I think, right? At the
Yeah, it
mansion.
was the grandmother.
Yeah, and obviously there's a lot of like fucking what would you call it? Like
Bad blood somewhere.
sure, bad blood and like She's like, "Oh, I'm so glad you stopped in." Like, like, yeah. And she's like, "Yeah, what?" Like, you could just tell, like, man, there's some shit that went wrong in that family, between her and grandma.
Mm-hmm.
And
like I said,
all
I
cutscene
think
stuff.
the
But it was super well
whole
done.
the story I kind of liked, the atmosphere, the game itself was like just the whole environment was good. But when it come down to the core mechanics of what the game is, it's just kind of like been there, done that. That's
Yeah,
why
it was
I
a
feel
little short.
like
I
I'm
thought it was
enjoying
short with
it,
the
and
doing the Hitman stuff.
it's an 8-hour game as well, I think.
Oh God.
So I know it's a very short game, but it is a $40 game. It just, like I said, I will probably play this game through because I am enjoying the story and stuff, but I'm not enjoying the combat and the stuff that should be pulling me through the game.
Yeah. Okay.
I just want to experience the story and what's going on more so than like figuring out the puzzles. I'm just kind of like over it already. Doing the combat, I'm over it already. Unless they introduce something really new later on, I think it's gonna be really cool. But I haven't seen anything too exciting that's made me want to like, oh, this is so cool.
Yeah.
Unless there's something, Gunny, you think that you really liked, and you're like, oh, this was really cool in the combat or something like that.
Yeah, that was one of the first reviews I read. Yeah, I actually read it, not watched it, and it was like the day the embargo lifted. It just said, "Hey, look, great story, but the combat is repetitive." That was like my take. I was like, "Oh, okay, all right. Well, how much of it?" Like, I don't know. You're not. It's like you said, an 8-hour game. I'm like, okay, well, the story's good. It's really good. Music is great. Voice acting's great. And I'm like, okay, I think I can get through this game pretty easy. So, sound like an enjoyable experience. And again, Game Pass, right? It's not like, oh man, I spent $40 fucking on this mediocre game.
I haven't been stuck at all. Even if you did get turned around in a fight or something like that, you just click the right trigger or the right bump or right analog stick, right, and it tells you which direction you have to go. So it holds your hand pretty good. Like, I don't know what it would do on the hardest difficulty. It would make just the combat harder or what, but pretty easy to get through this game so far. But like I said, I'm enjoying the just sit back and relax part of it, but it's not bringing me anything to write home about, I guess I could say. But besides the visuals are cool and the audio is cool. Besides that, Jesus, you know what else I got to do? Not gaming wise, but what I did this week, I got to watch the new first episode of The Last of Us yesterday.
Me too.
Yes.
Oh, I gotta wait until tonight or tomorrow.
We could talk about that for a second. I think.
I thought it was okay.
I was worried about them going to like maybe straying from the video game somewhat, at some point. But I felt like they were pretty much spot on so far what they showed with the game. The Last of Us 2. The way they did things with the camp and way Ellie is behaving and stuff like that, and the way things are going on with the little beef between her and Joel. They're going the same direction the game went, so that's good. And I did enjoy what I've seen, but I can't wait for more. But you said you haven't got to see it yet?
I have not. I have not got to see it yet.
Yeah,
wait, we're talking about the first episode. It's out, or just the trailer?
No, the
first episode's out. It came out yesterday.
Okay.
Yeah, Abby doesn't look like Abby though. That's the one.
No, yeah,
they should have buffed her up, bro. Like
they need to get like Ronda Rousey in there or something to play Abby.
Some fucking
make her shorter.
Yeah, like
Abby is huge in the game.
Yeah, she is.
Yeah, she's fucking ripped in the game, bro. Like she's fucking football player status, dude. And this chick just looks all skinny in her arms. It's like, it doesn't really.
She looks like Ellie.
Yeah, she does. She looks like Ellie. I'm like, that doesn't.
Stature, at least, yeah.
Like she used to be big and buff, like a big chick, a big.
I thought it was kind of cool how they showed them with their groups too. Kind of like it showed Abby with the group, and it showed Ellie with her kind of new group of friends with Dina and the one guy that Dina was dating. They showed them at the dance, and all that kind of stuff. It was kind of cool how they showed like that group, But
so I'm looking forward to seeing what they do with the next episode, obviously, because you know what happens. I'm looking forward to seeing what happens.
How far do you think we progress things in this?
I think next episode, bro, crazy shit starts to pop off. Because if you think about this episode,
I'm thinking about how the game goes and how fast they went through this already. You're right there.
Well, in the game, the game kind of starts off with Ellie and Dina when they go on their patrol when all that shit goes down. they talk about the kiss they had the day before at the dance.
At the dance.
So this episode was kind of like a
The dance and the kiss. Right.
pre-game episode, like it's setting all that up. And I think now that we go into like past the dance, now they're gonna go on their patrols and find Abby and her crew, and maybe Joel and his brother are gonna run into shit, and then they're gonna save Abby, and then all that shit goes down. I think that's what's gonna happen in the next episode.
I really thought it was cool too how they had Joel have the guitar.
Yeah,
I mean, they couldn't really leave that out though because that was such a main
it was
point in that game. They kept having because you're even at the end of the game, they would show the guitar, and you're like, oh man,
Yep.
So
yeah, it's a big. I think it's gonna be a big show for them for HBO. That show's gonna be pretty big. I think they're gonna milk it for as much as they can, though. So I think we'll see what happens with Joel in the next episode, or either at the end of the next episode or the beginning of the third episode. We'll see what happens to Joel, or it'll be like it ends in the next episode where Joel is being held. They're being held down or whatever, or they're being held captive by Abby and her crew, right? And then episode 3 is when shit goes down, and then we see what happens, and then they go from there. And I think from there forward, we're kind of just gonna see Ellie's story unfold of her going to like through Seattle and all that shit. And,
yeah, I got a feeling they're still gonna do a break and make season 3
yeah,
Abby.
Yep, I think
it's
so
kinda
too.
like the obvious thing.
So yeah, because then Abby's gonna have to get her revenge. So we'll see what happens, man. It's gonna be cool. Like I think it's gonna be a cool show. I wonder what's gonna happen in that town though, because in the game the town doesn't get overrun by the zombies, but in the show it seemed like it was going to happen because of that thing. Remember when they were doing the New Year celebration? Yeah, and the dude threw that firework in the pipe, and then it lit up, or was like it was hot or something, and the fungus kind of started moving around.
Yeah, it was like a broken pipe in the ground or something like that.
And I was thinking, like, wait a minute, like what the fuck, so like I wonder if like a big horde of zombies is gonna come, because you remember in the game, in the second game when it starts off when you were with Dina and you're doing the patrol, and all of a sudden out of nowhere all these zombies are everywhere, like everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
And that's how Joel and them run into Abby because they're like save her or whatever because she's being like overran by all these zombies. I wonder if that's explaining how all that happened, like where all those zombies came from, like how they all got to that location, because maybe that's because the pipe or whatever. I don't know. It was weird, right? Like
yeah.
But to me, it's also weird that pipe had that fungus in it. But when they were working on the pipe earlier in the episode, the dude was just pulling up the roots like no big deal. Where you would think
they were dead, but there was some like
so it's like, wait a minute, if the fungus was in the roots, you wouldn't just be pulling them out like that, right? Like you'd be more careful of like how you're dealing with that shit because of the fungus. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
it's kind of weird. So that kind of was like a big plot hole for me. Was like, wait a minute, they broke the pipe earlier. The dude was just pulling the shit out like no big deal. You know? I don't know.
I'm curious to see if they'll have the scene. You maybe will remember this because it was a big part of the game to me. It was when you were honestly, I can't remember. I think you're Ellie. When you're in the hospital and there's that big, whatever you want to call them, infected in there.
Oh yeah.
Remember you're running around there and he's like chasing you, and you're like he's like this big like I don't know if he was a bull or what he was, but he was this big. Cause they haven't really shown too much of those, right? Because they shown that one in the first season when they were escaping that town.
Yeah.
But that's it. Like they haven't shown it. In the second game, you ran across a few of those more often. Yeah. So I wonder if we'll get to see a couple of those in the game too. You know, like or like a stronger version of them. Because right now we just seeing the clickers. You know, like clickers. You know.
Yeah, I bet Ellie will run into one. I guarantee she'll run into one.
Yeah, I think they'll probably show at least one.
Where she's fucking trying to run away from it and is bashing through walls.
That hospital scene was really fun because that was like a hard fight for me. I remember having a heck of a time with that because you're like running and you had to go from one end to the other and it would chase you, and then you had to do something. I can't remember what it was, and then you could hurt it, and then I remember throwing like fire at it, and I remember like hitting it with some massive weapons that I had, and it just took a while to kill that thing.
Yeah,
that was a fun fight. But yeah, I'm excited for the new season of that, and
Fuck
My
yeah, I
daughter
am
was
too.
excited for it as well. So like my kids were talking about it. I text my daughter. I'm like, hey, the new episode is today, and she's like, oh, really? She's like, I'm so excited, but she was gonna have her friend to watch the first season
Yeah.
again because they didn't remember it, and so they weren't gonna jump into it right away. But yeah, good stuff.
I forgot. Is that's on
HBO?
HBO?
Yes,
Yeah. Okay.
on HBO
Yeah.
Max.
Yep. Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. When does the new season of Game of Thrones come out? Doesn't that come out this summer too? The new
You
Game of
mean
Thrones,
not Game of Thrones, but
House
what's
of
the
the
spin-off?
Dragon.
Yeah, House of the Dragons. Yeah. I don't know. I haven't been following it.
Yeah. But I heard they're also doing an Arya, like an Arya Stark show or whatever. Like where she it's gonna be a show about her in that other part of the world or whatever, where she was at during the whole where she was where she learned how to become an assassin or whatever. Remember when she learned from the dude with many faces and she learned how to become an
Yeah, that
assassin?
was super
So
cool. Yeah.
they're doing a spin-off show of that, they said.
Awesome. Yeah,
It's
that was
gonna be
really good.
called West of Westeros or some shit like that, where she's gonna be the main character, but it's gonna have her doing whatever the fuck she's doing over there. I don't know. I don't think it's based during the timeline of Game of Thrones. Maybe it's after the show ended and she's just out there doing her own thing now. I don't know.
I would think after, right? Because now
Yeah,
she's
free.
really
Yeah,
yeah, and then like she's learning more and yeah, like
yeah,
I think I'll like that because it's a lot of like cool surprises or whatever. Like, no, that was
yeah.
not Arya. Yeah, it was. Yeah. She's fucking master
Yeah.
disguises, bro. Yeah.
She did because yeah. So that's kind of cool. So I think they're doing a spinoff of that, and then I heard that the one that we're gonna
He's
do about Jon Snow. I heard that one is not gonna happen, but I don't know if what the fuck's going on there.
I think I read on
Uh,
Twitter X Twitter that like he's not even done writing the rest of the book or he's still working. Obviously he's cooking right now is what he
yeah,
said. So he goes, "Oh no, I'm not done. I'm writing right now." So he's kind of yeah, he's gone dark.
yeah.
But hey
Oh,
guys,
and then we have
go
we
ahead,
have what?
Jesus. I was going to say something I really wanted to talk about before we get to the news. I do have one article about it, but I wanted to get your guys' opinion. And that is on a game reveal that happened on Saturday morning. I didn't really watch it till Saturday night, but I watched a lot of it yesterday and also this morning as well. And that's on Bungie's marathon game. So did you see it? Did you watch the trailer? What the game is? Anything like that?
I don't have any. Look, bro. So looter shooter, I don't fucking care. I'm not even gonna pay attention to it.
No, but I mean, I usually do because I don't know. I'm just more curious than anything. It was more curiosity for me than actual interest in playing the game or anything like that. So
I don't care, Gunny. It's the same shit. We've seen this before.
yeah,
This is fucking
right.
Apex. This
Yeah,
is Apex or whatever. Like this is whatever, bro. This is Destiny, but with a different fucking name.
it. If you watch it, it's more pixelated. I don't know if it's. Yeah, it's not looking as like hot as something even like Destiny or whatever. But yeah, like I was watching Dr. Lupo. I don't subscribe to him. I don't know if you do, Mayo, if you like Dr. Lupo.
No, I don't.
But I mean, obviously a very popular YouTuber slash whatever, and so he's hard to read because so I'll just talk about like his experience for a minute. Like he talks about like I've known about this game for 5 years because like surprise, surprise, right? I've gone down to Bungie to play the game on different, occasions with other streamers as well. And like he's hard to read, right? I can't tell if he actually likes the game or not, right? Because he just goes on for about 45 minutes, talking about the gameplay. And even at that point, like after watching that stuff, I still don't know. I can only guess what this game is, and it's probably I don't know, maybe like I don't want to say it's Escape from Tarkov because people are gonna be like that game looks nothing like this. Like, but I was thinking more of the element of like, okay, who's an actual person, right? So I'm assuming it's PvP, PvE. Like it's probably a lot of bots you got to kill, and and then like who's the real player, like on the other side. I don't know if it's you group up, is it single player? I have no idea. Like, but it's yeah, I don't know. it doesn't look super interesting. Like, I don't know, like even the stuff that you're collecting or why you're collecting it, but I don't know, go watch the trailer. There's a lot of people out there that have their own like, oh, here's my 15 minutes of my gameplay, and and I played 50 hours of this game, and so yeah, we'll see if it takes off or whatever. I think at the end of the month there's going to be a play test you can actually sign up for. So yeah, maybe go to the Bungie website, check that out, see if that's something you're into. So yeah, like I said, I'll probably play it for the show, to be like, yeah, man, I played the little bit of the alpha test, and yeah. But I think it's going to be, I don't think it's going to be a closed thing because now we have the reveal. So yeah, it'll probably be something we're going to see more on Twitch and YouTube. So it'll be open. Check out Marathon. I never played any of those games back on, I think they were on Xbox. Could be wrong. I think they came out before Halo. I'm assuming, I guess they came out on the 360. So yeah, never even seen gameplay of it. That's all I had for that marathon.
I think we need to get together, maybe set up a game night for a night like this week or next week. Get some of the community members in, do some kind of multiplayer game that's free. Maybe like a Friday. I'm not sure what
it used to be Fridays. Remember, we used to do Fridays.
I know, Gunny, you work Fridays all day, but
hey, I've gotten off Fridays work off. And played.
We could probably get Nico and get a couple guys together and get some kind of game going. Maybe we can do some Jackbox event or something simple where everybody doesn't have to have a game or something like that. Some kind of group game on a Friday here.
Yeah, Jackbox Party. That was fun. We used to do those on Friday. Yep. All you need is a phone or a laptop and a code. We hand you a code, you're good to go.
Yep. Just use Discord.
Yep.
All right, let's get to some news. It's news time.
Beep 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 beep. News.
Yeah, I'm Friday might work. I'm more free Saturday nights, but Friday could work.
Okay. Saturday night might work, long as it's not real late for me. Because I have to work Sunday, but yeah.
Yeah.
So Microsoft news here. Microsoft shortchanges Indiana Jones PS5 by only putting 20 gigabytes on a Blu-ray. That's right. Indiana Jones and the Great Circle takes up a whopping 125 gigabytes of space on your PS5, but disc for Sony systems can hold up to 100 gigabytes, and some developers have worked around these limitations by shipping their software on 2 discs. But Microsoft and Bethesda have taken the worst route possible for Indy's PS5 port. However, they were only shipping a single disc with just 20 gigs of data on it. That's right, so that means you're required to download the rest of 105 gigabytes to play the game, which I don't know. What does 20 gigs get you? Like maybe the first level? Maybe?
Probably,
That's kind of weird.
Probably that first Rome. Not Rome, the Vatican.
I wonder why they stopped there. That. Why would you go if you're not going to make the effort to fill up a Blu-ray drive? Why would you just do the 20 gig and stop? Why not just do a gig 50. And stop? If you're going to make them download it anyway,
I don't know. I never thought of it.
They're hey guys, let's stop at 20. That's a good number to stop at.
Yeah,
let's fill this disc halfway of what it's capable of holding, not even. And then
maybe they just put all the cutscenes and the assets, and then said, "Well, fuck
20 gigs gets you all the Microsoft logos and Microsoft
the title screen,
Microsoft Studios, the Microsoft Studios splash screen intro, Marvel intro that they made, all that shit. That's what 20 gigs gets you. It gets you all those cool ads for Xbox.
I wonder, aren't we hear of this happening in other games as well? I can't think of any offhand, but yeah. Or, it's just a code in a box or whatever, right? Yeah. You get a disc, but it's just a disc check.
In other news, a new job listing suggests that the sequel to Cyberpunk 2077 will feature multiplayer elements. Also known as Project Orion, the Cyberpunk 2077 sequel is already being developed by CD Projekt Red at a studio in Boston. But not much is known about the game so far, including how it'll change the gameplay of its predecessor. Project Orion was first announced in 2022 and active development on the game starting around 2024. The project is still in pre-production, so it's hard to know the specifics about the game, including when its story will be set or how connected it'll be to the previous title. But one detail is currently known about the project is that CDPR is still hiring for the game. Between October 2024 and February 2025, CD Projekt Red hired 57 developers and 20 of them were allocated to work on Project Orion. Uh, so yeah, the most current job listing says that the studio is looking for a senior gameplay programmer to work on their Cyberpunk 2077 sequel. What makes this job listing stand out is that the description says that the developer's responsibilities will include building and maintaining gameplay systems that can work both in single player and multiplayer. So yeah, when they do with this is they also ask for developers to have multiplayer experience in their resumes. So yeah.
All right. So here's a question, Jesus. If as much as you played this game and finished it, completed it, loved it, enjoyed it, like, do you think if it had like that co-op feature to it, like, would it have been an even better experience, or
No.
like it was cool, like just as a single player thing, right? It wasn't exactly a
Yeah.
GTA clone, as some would point out, but
I
it
don't
had
think
a really rich story to it.
a multiplayer wouldn't have been fun. And honestly, it just wouldn't have. I don't think it needs one. I honestly don't think it
Yeah,
needs it.
I
But
don't think it does either.
I was
Like,
just curious, yeah, if it did.
it reminds me of other games that had multiplayer that just, like I think of like Tomb Raider. Remember they threw that little
yeah,
BS multiplayer mode in that? Nobody ever talks about that. And what was it? The Last of Us 2, the remake, whatever I got on PS5. Like it has like a
yeah.
special multiplayer mode. I don't know if anybody even plays that. I
I
bet
think
it's
I played it.
pretty
Yeah,
small, probably. I don't know. I'd never even tried it. Like
I played it
I beat
once.
the game. I beat the game and I just, stopped. So so some games just weren't meant to have multiplayer, and I feel like Cyberpunk is kind of that way. Like I just, what are you gonna do? Make an arena shooter or something like that with abilities, like your cyborg abilities?
Yeah.
I
I'm
mean,
thinking that
like
it'll probably
Apex,
be.
you know?
I wonder if they'll
Like
do like a.
Apex.
I wonder if they're going to do like a this time around in Cyberpunk 2080 or whatever they call it. Like, I wonder if it'll be when you're in the open world, you're going to see like, I don't know, maybe there's 8 players on the map or 10 or 12 or something. But when you go do a story thing, right? It probably won't be. It'll probably ask you like single player or co-op. How do you want to do this? I don't know. I could be wrong, right? It could
I
just be
don't
like
want to see other
could just be
players in
like a
my
co-op
world.
2-player thing as an option for everything.
Yeah, I don't want to see other players in my world. I just don't want to deal with that at all.
Just random thought on games though. I don't know why it just kind of popped in my head. I think I looked over and I seen this. Why don't they make games with have like stuff from like our childhoods that we liked? I don't know about you guys. Like I grew up watching like Transformers and GI Joe and He Man and stuff like that.
Bro,
You
go
really
woke or go
don't.
broke, bro.
You really don't see like too
Too
many games. Like you
masculine.
see some Transformer games and they've all been bad. Why can't they do like a real Gen One Transformer game? Or why can't they do like a Gen One GI Joe game or something like that?
I think if
And do some real fanfare to it.
yeah, I think is Activision I think has the license for making Transformer games. So
I think
I
so.
have heard discussions about, now that Xbox owns them or whatever, not Transformers, but Activision, I am assuming the license probably still holds true, and yeah, that would be cool if
Because I would probably play a good story based like Transformers game if they could do it right. If they kept it like Gen One type characters, and they didn't do some wild stuff and change up the characters from like what we knew.
yeah,
And what about like a
right, like all
GI
the
Joe
movie
like
stuff or
shooter, like some kind of good like battle, not like a online game, but like some kind of story plot driven GI Joe game with all their equipment, and because they had so many different weapons and tanks and jets in that series, and kind of memorable characters in GI Joe that were really cool back in the day, like Snake Eyes and Destro, and
yeah.
but you never see anything really with much of them in it.
No, and I know what you're talking about because when we do, it's usually something that's lower budget, a
And it's
double
really
A
bad.
that only gets like a rating of like, a 5 out of 10, right? That's like, okay,
Right.
not gonna
I don't know
bother,
what
doesn't even look fun.
what kind of stuff Jesus grew up with, but since he's a young pup over there, but
He's over
I
there
feel like
playing
they could.
Dragon Ball when he was a kid.
I feel like they could have like
Good
appeased
games.
the
Not for
people a little
me,
more
but
that way, and they don't bring in things out.
yeah. Pokemon, right? Hey, there you go. Dragon Ball Z.
That's something we did back in the Super Nintendo days. I remember we had Cool Spot. I think we had Smurf games. I think we had
Yeah, yeah.
we had Ninja Turtle games and stuff like that.
Those are good,
And
right? A few of
you
them are
don't see
really good.
much of that.
Yes. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Yeah, there's a couple good ones, right? Good on the arcade and on console.
Besides the little beat 'em ups.
All right. Apparently, the Dragon Age and Mass Effect teams did not get along at BioWare, a former developer says. Former Dragon Age series lead writer David Gator says that during the later years at BioWare, the studios from Dragon Age team and Mass Effect teams did not get along, nor did the team making Anthem. For a long time, it was basically two teams under one roof, the Dragon Age team and the Mass Effect team. But they were run differently, very different cultures. They may as well have been two separate, completely different studios, and they did not get along. According to Gator, BioWare knew of the tension between the teams, but despite the fact that the various attempts have been made to fix it, including transferring developers between the teams, nothing seemed to work. The company was aware of the friction, and attempts to fix it have been ongoing for years, mainly by shuffling staff between the teams more often, Gator wrote. And he also said, yet this didn't really solve things, and I had no idea until I got to the Anthem team. The team didn't even want me there at all.
Damn. Fucking miserable. Yeah.
Gator said that BioWare had asked him to write a science fantasy story, but his work was frequently rejected and declared too Dragon Age-like. Until this point, Anthem had been conceived as kind of a beer and cigarettes hard sci-fi setting, for example, like Aliens. And I'd been given instructions to turn it into something more science fantasy a la Star Wars, Gator explained. Yeah, I didn't think anyone on the team, or I didn't think anyone told the team this, so they thought this change was my idea and my doing. He said, I won't go into detail about the problems, except to say that it became clear this was a team that did not want me to make an RPG, he continued. They were very anti-RPG. In fact, yet they wanted me to wave my magic writing wand and create a BioWare quality story without giving me any other tools I need to actually do that. Says here the tension between the Dragon Age and Mass Effect teams combined with the friction within Gator's Anthem team was stressful. Stressful enough that Gator tried to ensure that at the very least he wouldn't be put in the same situation again post Anthem. He said, I saw the writing on the wall. This wasn't going to work, so I called out my boss and said that I'd stick it out and try my best, but only if there was something waiting on the other side, where I could have more say as a creative director. I wanted to move up, and I was turned down flat, no hesitation. So he says, ultimately, after 17 years at BioWare, Gator walked in 2016. He left the studio behind despite fear of losing financial stability. He said, after my last day, I was literally having a nervous breakdown, wondering what kind of idiot gives up a good job. How was a writer of all things with no real interest in business supposed to start his own studio? He said, it felt apocalyptic. And within a year, however, I was on my way, which today, Gator is the creative director at Summerfall Studios, an indie outfit that he co-founded. It says here, we make games with character, reached the studio's website. So yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, interesting. Just
they
to kind of give
him. They didn't want him on the team.
Damn, that's crazy. And just a little backstory, because it doesn't mention it here, right? I feel like we're just kind of getting spoon-fed on all the skeletons in the closet here, right? And that was, if you remember, Jesus, on Anthem, that I think it was they forced them to use the Unreal Engine, right? And I remember they were like just miserable about it. Like that was the story, right? They were like, we fucking hate this engine. It's hard to work with. And we're just going to make a shitty game or whatever. Like, yeah. Like everybody was depressed and fucking mad at each other and bickering. So it's just more of that, right? From his point of view. Like, I'm sure we'll see more old devs coming out going, yeah, we were fucking throwing food at each other in the cafeteria or something. Like, yeah, putting Urano in your people's coffee. I don't know. Like, fucking, yeah, they were like, fuck that game, We didn't want to finish it. We didn't want to work on it. Like, yeah. And it wasn't a terrible game, right? It was just, short-lived, of course. And Dragon Age Inquisition was a good game. So, thought it was well received.
What else you got for us there, Jesus?
Oh, hold on. Not more stuff here. Minecraft news says here Minecraft has now earned over $500 million at the box office. Boom.
Hell yeah.
Have you guys seen the TikTok videos now and like the destruction that's going on with these teenagers and stuff?
I saw one and I'm like, and you guys got to know I'm an old man. So so tomorrow, guys, I'm going to go. I hope to go see the 12:30 show. I do not want to go see this with kids. I know it's a kids movie.
That's the thing.
I do not want to have popcorn thrown at me at all or land on me. I don't know. I'm just like, yeah.
Yeah. So Jesus, they're like the teenagers are like, well, when I experienced it, they were kind of loud and stuff. But they weren't like throwing stuff. But now they're like throwing popcorn and they're throwing stuff in the theater. I seen this one video where like they had to have cops called and like kick everybody out of the theater because they were like basically just being so rowdy and like almost like they weren't destroying stuff, right? But they were
throwing soda at each other. Jesus,
yeah, they were throwing drinks at each other and like throwing the popcorn like across the whole theater. Like it wasn't
screaming, yelling, yeah,
standing up, people standing on people's shoulders, jumping. They're doing this when they did the what was it, chicken jockey or
the chicken jockey.
And so like that's the biggest problem, I guess, when that happens right there, and they're having some issues with that. But probably the first time I've really ever seen much of a following from these rowdy teenagers going to see the movie just for that part, and then they're being all loud and obnoxious and messing it up for some people,
And that's why I'm going to the early show tomorrow. I'm not going when the kids are out of school. At least that's the plan with me and my son. A lot of good memories, right? Growing up, and us playing Minecraft the day it came out. Like we knew, man, Xbox 360 here. Okay, day one, man, we were fucking downloading that game.
That game was entertaining enough, or the movie was entertaining enough. Like I really kind of thought it was pretty decent.
I'll go for the nostalgia.
I wonder if they had like a spike. I wonder if they had a spike in Minecraft gameplay. Now just with the kids, with other people, because even my 20-year-old, he mentioned like, oh, I might maybe start up a Minecraft server where you can pay the $5 a month or $10 a month, whatever it is, and you can play with your friends and stuff, and you can all hop in and build together and do different things together. Because I might even start one of those. And so
I did see a lot of
pick the game up a little bit, maybe.
Yeah, for sure. Because I saw the Twitch charts or whatever, it was certainly up there. And you got to remember too, like they're not only like they're making money, man. Microsoft, because right, they're always coming out with like now there's like shit you can buy right from the show or whatever, whether it's cosmetic or there's content,
all this
you can buy
merchandise, so much. I've seen so many people dressed up as well, like are having pickaxes and different things. I'm just like, holy cow, like people I wouldn't have been expecting to be having stuff like that, like teenagers and stuff. I'm like, whoa, my goodness.
I've got some of that stuff laying around, of course, man. Minecraft fans, So big mods. Yeah, I see my kid playing it last week. So
it was funny too, because I was talking to my 20-year-old. He was like, it's funny to see like to go into a theater, right? And he goes, being 20 years old now, he thinks he's all old, and he says there's little kids in there that play Minecraft, and he goes, that's something that was like my whole gaming history. And so he's like, I grew up playing Minecraft, and I see these little kids, liking Minecraft and going to start playing Minecraft themselves. He goes, it's crazy.
Yeah.
The game has been around for 20 years and it's still relevant. Probably just as strong as it was back in the day, if not stronger.
Yeah, for sure. But let's see. We got another article here, Mayo. Nintendo warned to expect 145% tariff on the Nintendo Switch 2. But let's see, what is this here? Like, I mean, I don't know if like you follow it all, Mayo. Like that thing changes every day, I feel.
It does.
Like, the tariff thing, every time I turn around and I'm like, oh, what's it now? Like, oh, now it's this, or it's higher, or it's on pause for 90 days or whatever. I'm like, I can't keep up, man. I just cannot keep up. So before I finish this article, I'll just say this, like, and I think I was telling you that on Thursday, I was like, oh man, I got to go. I wanted to go to the house this weekend, but then I'll have to go to T-Mobile. And Mayo, if you go get a phone, it's not like you're just there for 5 minutes, right?
Oh no, it's
like you got to be there.
You're there for a while,
even if you're the first in line, right? It's at least, I think, the fastest you can like trade in your phone, do the whole thing, and the person's on the computer doing their thing, and then you need a case, right? We're talking 2 hours, right? Minimum. So at least that's what it is at my T-Mobile thing. And then then here's your new insurance, and you got to pay the tax, and I don't know, just all this shit, right? So I was like, oh gosh, I really don't want to do this, but I was like, I got to do it because of the tariff. And I really thought I was being irresponsible and not upgrading my phone last year. I was like, haha, I don't need the latest technology. My iPhone 11 or 12 is just fine, right? But then with, of course, the whole tariff scare, I'm like, oh, geez, right? Like, no, I better go get one Saturday because I saw them flying them in on airplanes, like it was like we were under attack over here, like 4 planes full of fucking iPhones. But you probably landed in San Francisco over here. But I don't know. And then I read, I think, was it Friday or whatever, after I got off of work, and then I looked and it was like, oh, guess what? iPhones or whatever, our computers and gaming are not subject to the tariffs. And I'm like, really? Is this a hoax? Is this somebody fucking around or whatever? Like, I don't know. But then more people came out with it, and I'm like, okay, I guess I'm okay, right? Like, but I'll probably still do it at the end of the month for whatever reason, right? We're gonna go, T-Mobile at the end of the month, and yeah, then I'll just go ahead and make that purchase or whatever, add it to the plan, and hopefully. But it still keeps coming up, Mayo, where I'm like, I don't know, like the president might change his fucking mind or whatever, say psych, nope, everything's under a tariff, like your phone is now going to be, $4,000 or whatever.
Right.
So,
I know. I should
geez.
upgrade here soon, but I just can't get myself to do it.
Yeah. But I'll see here. But yeah, let me just read this here, see if there's anything different. I think it's from today. So it says, according to Nikkei, one of both firms' major component supplier has warned the tech giants to expect a large hit when importing goods. Obviously, the Nintendo Switch 2. I know you can pre-order. When is the release date for the Switch 2? Do you know?
June 5th.
Okay.
It's actually the day before my surgery. So.
Oh. So let's see here. While iPhones and some computers have been made exempt from Trump's sweeping tariffs, video game consoles have not. Is that what? Video game consoles? Okay. Leading to many questions if the Nintendo will increase its previously announced U.S. pricing plan, which would see the console retail for $449. According to the reports, a majority of Nintendo Switch consoles are being made in China, with only a relatively small portion being made in Vietnam. Nintendo boss Doug Bowser has said that the firm has spent months shipping hundreds and thousands of Switch 2 units to the U.S. already. Oh, that's good. At least they're already here.
Yeah.
For the most part, I guess a lot of the pre-order ones. It says earlier this month, only days announcing the console's price, Nintendo said it was delaying Switch 2 pre-orders in the U.S. and later Canada, so it could access the market conditions due to the country's turbulent financial situation. Subsequently, it was announced that while Trump has increased China's tariffs up to 125%, he has decided to pause all other tariff hikes for 90 days, meaning his 10% tariff applies to all other affected countries, including Vietnam. According to reports from Bloomberg, Trump's decision to pause the hikes means it's likely that Nintendo will keep the U.S. Switch price at $450, at least until the 46% tariff kicks in. It says here earlier this month, the U.S. video game trade group, the Entertainment Software Association, ESA, warned that the trade tariffs imposed by the president are going to have a real and detrimental effect on the game industry, especially if the hikes beyond 10% are implemented. So I don't know, man. I just think it's going to be just at the end of the day, with all this talk and, the power of the money, a lot of this like pissing contest bullshit. I just think it's going to be 10%, I mean, I hope,
Right.
I think, yeah, it's just a war right now. And, you're going to be 200%. You're 250. It'll just be this back and forth bullshit, but yeah, I think at the end of the day, it'll be 10%. So hopefully.
Yeah. Hopefully it's something we got to kind of watch, I guess, this time around, like the timing of things.
Yeah. So next article here, we've got Marathon. Again, we already talked about a little bit, or at least I did, from what gameplay I've seen. It says the director explains why this is not a free-to-play game. Everyone has their own definition of what's the right price. So I'll just read a little bit of this here. I'm sure we're going to see a lot more of this, like why it's not free to play, right? It says here, developer by Bungie Marathon, it's an extraction shooter. The game sees players from a crew of, 3 to battle up to 18 players in each zone. So I guess you can have 3 or up to 18, I guess. But I know there's going to be like a lot of bots, Mail. Like I did see a lot of that happening. So it says over the weekend, Bungie debuted the first gameplay from the game as well as the release date and closed alpha plans. They also confirmed that the game will be a premium product. Oh, okay. Wasn't Conquered a premium product? I thought it was, right? I think I remember that line, right?
Don't say those words.
Yeah. Oh, shit. He used the premium product line. This game's dead now.
DOA.
Though the studio has yet to confirm the price. I'm going to say $39, Mayo. $39 is what I'm going to go with. So it says, now speaking on the Friends Per Second podcast, director Joe Ziegler has explained why Bungie's Marathon won't launch as a free-to-play title. We're hoping that what we're showing is exciting enough that someone is going to take the leap with us. We're also committing delivering on season past, and this will continuously offer to evolve the game without an increase in the box price. What we're hoping everyone understands about the game is that we're focused on committing to making the game that's really awesome. And we think that the game's starting point is really strong at the current time. Everyone's got their own definition of what is the right price. Article goes on, but I want to say, correct me if I'm wrong, Mayo, but I think Destiny was like a full price game. And I think eventually, now it's like a free to play, right? For the most part. I don't know about the campaign.
I don't even know. Like, I think some expansions you have to buy, maybe. I'm not really sure. Maybe the base game is free and expansions you got to buy. I was never much of a Destiny fan, so.
Right, because I think if you go to Steam, and of course I'm on Game Pass, you are as well. So I think they also include that. So like it's probably like a base game thing of like, oh, this part's free or whatever. So, and in my opinion, there's not really, even in Destiny 1 and 2, it's not exactly, how do I put it, like without offending any Destiny players, like it's not like, oh man, it's got this really rich, robust single player story to it or whatever, or even, you know what I mean, right? Like it's a games of service, right? It's got story stuff to it, but yeah, not like your traditional, AAA single player game, but still there. So I don't know. It'll be interesting, and we'll see. I'll probably sign up for it, Mayo, just to be like, I played the game, guys. So
yeah,
I checked it out. I checked it out. I played 4 hours. I'm good. I'm done. Anyway, next article here. PlayStation 5 prices rise substantially in the United Kingdom and Europe. So it says here, Sony has raised the price of most of its PlayStation 5 consoles hardware in the UK, Europe, Australia, New Zealand, g'day mate, by 10 to 15%, blaming a challenging economic environment. With rising US import costs thanks to the tariffs, I don't know what that has to do with it, unless they're shipping it from here to there.
Or maybe just trying to make their money back, trying to make some of the money back to pay for the tariffs, maybe?
Yeah, something, right? Like contributing. Oh, that's a contributing factor. An equivalent price rise in the U.S. is probably on the way. Oh, yeah, great, right? I would think there'd be something there. Sony manufactures the majority of its PlayStation 5 hardware in China, of course. Now subject to 145% tariffs on into the US, and game consoles aren't included in the pause on tech stuff tariffs announced Friday. A price increase in the other markets may be a way of limiting how sharply prices will need to rise in the US, which is a key market for Sony. The digital edition of the PS5 is the main target for the price increases, rising in all 4 markets with the standard version, which includes a disk drive. It's only going up in Australia and New Zealand, and not by much. Across all 4 markets, the PS5 Pro is remaining the same price. Sony is also slightly decreasing the price of its add-on disk drive accessory. In Sony's blog post, announcing the change blamed it on high inflation, fluctuating exchange rates, though made no mentions of Trump's tariffs or increased import costs into the US, where prices are remaining the same. For now, analyst Serkan Toto told CNBC that he would be very surprised if Sony would was able to keep the PS5 or PlayStation prices in the US stable, calling it the right time for the company to raise prices. Yeah, I don't know. They already did that though, right? Because of inflation. I want to say that was well over a year ago, Mayo. Do you remember that? It was in Europe, I believe.
Yeah. I don't remember how long ago it was, but yeah.
Yeah, so I guess inflation, right? Because I know in the US, I'm no economist here. I don't watch a lot of that stuff, but we export inflation, right, out of the US. So, right, being with the petrodollar and all that good stuff, right? So, yeah, it's not like it's getting any better here, man, with prices. So, especially with the tariff scares and everything else. So, but yeah, I don't know what the right answer is, Mail. Like to tell somebody like get a PS5 now, like before, oh my gosh, before it really goes up, or I don't know, right? So I do feel really good about that purchase we made with, me and my son getting the gaming computers. How long has it been now? Close to 6 months or whatever.
Yeah, probably.
And of course we've had Crafty from Video Game Happy Hour on the podcast, and he's talked about, like, hey Gunny, you that or the GPU that you have, right? I paid $849 for that, and it's like $1,000 right now, Mayo, with fucking inflation. Like it's insane. Like, yeah, I think I was looking on the website, man. It was like $1,099. I was like, damn, good thing I bought that thing when I did.
When you did, yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy. So, but anyway, so here's one, Mayo. I don't know if you ever played. Did you ever play Prototype? Those games? I think they're Activision.
I think I did.
They're really good. I can't believe they never made like a third one.
Was that the game where you could like kind of transform? You were kind of like reminds me of like Venom.
Yes, exactly like Venom. So
okay, yeah.
And then like I never really played the first one. Like it's okay. Like, and then I feel like 2 was like the best one because it kind of reminds me of like playing Crackdown 1 and 2. Like for me, it was like, okay, better graphics, better gameplay, yeah. Like it was definitely like Venom's like a good comparison to this game.
Yeah.
So
yeah, I remember that game thinking, give me Venom vibes.
Just a great action game of like, you're like Spider-Man almost, right? You're running up the side of buildings and, killing enemies with your, the vines coming out of your fucking arms and blowing up tanks and like, and I think probably the coolest thing was like playing this game on an Xbox 360. It was like, I never felt like, like there was these serious frame drops from all the, the explosions and movement of what's actually going on in the game,
Right.
Like, yeah, but just the gameplay is just a blast. So story stuff is like, whatever. Yeah, you're a fucking mutant or whatever. You're fucking Venom, like, yeah, you're out to kill shit. I remember
like playing the game and causing chaos. That's all I remember about it. Like just going through and just taking tons of people out and just the combat and everything on it. But I don't remember why.
And it's cool because I remember my experience. I never completed it, by the way, but it was like, yeah, you're doing all that stuff. I feel like, I don't know if it was like a wanted level or whatever, but like, obviously if you kill more cops and then it's like GTA, right? Like they're fucking calling in the FBI, right? Then the SWAT comes, right? Like, no, they would call in more fucking soldiers, more tanks, just more fucking troops are coming in. And then it just got harder and harder and harder.
They had like helicopters and stuff too, I think, if I remember it, right?
Yes.
You could like grab up them, you could stretch out and grab them, pull yourself up to it, and you could throw the guy out of the copter, I think.
I think that was more Just Cause, the game. Just Cause 2.
Was that in Just Cause? Yeah, I was thinking it was something like that.
I don't know if you could do that in Prototype. Wasn't sure. But yeah. But anyway, so yeah, man, I'm just reminiscent about it. But article says here the new Prototype game is reportedly in development. This is from a user on Reddit by the name of Big B. He's familiar, right? Big BYY. Yeah. So they were given details about a game in the series as part of a recent study group session. The user claims that the game will see Alex Mercer return as its protagonist. Gameplay will be reportedly feature shape-shifting and transforming into other people in order to infiltrate areas. Lastly, it will be based in New York City. Insider Gaming reached out to Big B regarding these claims, and he was told the following. It was YouGov survey, which asked me to sign an NDA and confirm that I would not be disclosing any content, they said. It then confirmed a series of features that upcoming game will include how popular this was for me. It was not a playtest, but did specifically that these game features were already planned as part of an upcoming game. Insider Games has yet to fully verify the validity of the claims, but felt it was a rumor worth covering. As always, until it's verified by Insider Gaming with more details on officially unannounced by Activision, take of all the information with a grain of salt. So yeah, I don't know. I hope that's true. So,
yeah, hopefully I could use a new prototype game.
Yeah, 100%. So that'll be a day one purchase for me. So man, I really want to play 2 now. So I wonder if it's going to feel old if I go back and play it. So
Probably.
I'll be like, why did I buy this game for $12? Stupid graphics.
You can be in the city and there's gonna be like 8 people running around. You can be like, "Where's the crowds?" You know?
Right? Yeah. I remember this being so much better. But all right. Last article we got here: Kingdom Come Deliverance 2. This is for Jesus. The hardcore mode. So yeah, like you can already make this game hard. The game's already hard, right? Like you can make it even harder by not watching a fucking YouTube or Reddit post, right? That's hardcore mode right there, Mayo.
Yeah, that's the mode I'm in because I have a hard time with this game yet.
Yeah, don't watch anything, Mayo. Don't listen to us. Don't go to YouTube. That's
I don't do
hardcore
anything like
mode
that.
right there.
I just try to play it, and it's a struggle sometimes.
Right? It's kind of like another good analogy would be Elden Ring. Yeah, don't go to YouTube. Don't go to Reddit. That's fucking insane hardcore mode right there. It says here, the promised Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 hardcore mode will be coming out April 15th. So wait, so tomorrow it's coming out. So it's a free update that will add a whole new difficulty designed to test player skill by taking away certain elements and adding others that hamper your skill and progress. A developer version of hardcore mode has been accessible for PC players for a while via console commands. The developer has yet to reveal everything that hardcore mode will include, but there will have been some details revealed both via official marketing and via the console command version. Below, I've put down everything that we know about hardcore mode in Kingdom Come Deliverance, so you know what to expect when Henry's journey gets much more lethal soon. So it says here, let's see, I think it just kind of goes on. Release date, blah, 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 Warhorse Studios. So it says here, okay, update 1.2, and it sounds absolutely massive as Warhorse reveals there are 34 pages of, okay, these are all patch note stuff here. So let's see here. A version of the new difficulty was presented in the PC version of Kingdom Come Deliverance 2. Just a couple of them here. Reduce UI in and out of combat includes no visible health and stamina bar. Fast travels disabled. Autosave disabled. Your position on the Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 map is not marked. I think they had this for the original game. So I think I heard Video Game Happy Hour. What's his name? I think he was talking about it.
Crafty or no?
Yeah, it was like Crafty's co-host. But
okay.
Anyway, so it says here the compass does not show cardinal directions. Players pick 3 of the negative perks laid out below when starting the game. They are permanent penalties and that cannot be removed throughout the entire playthrough. So yeah, I'm trying to think of the permanent penalty. Oh, permanent penalties. I don't know if you can actually pick those in the game or not, but I guess I guess now they are. So assuming that the new negative perks in KCD2 are the same as those you have to pick in the version accessible through the console commands on PC, and marketing reveals make it look like they will be. We've seen some of them laid out below, so you can make an informed choice of how you may want to unimprove Henry. So you can have him have a bad back, so you can generally carry less stuff. Let's see, bashful. You can ask people for directions, so it's more difficult to find your way around. That would suck. So, hangry Henry, in addition to the usual effects of hunger, starving also reduces your speech, charisma, intimidation. Moreover, food will fill you 20% less, and your digestion rate is down by half. You can have heavy feet. Your shoes wear down faster, and you generally make more noise. That's very important if you want to steal stuff. Menace, right? Like, yeah. You want to make sure. Well, you can just take your shoes off unless you want to wear those things. And yeah, I've had my shoes. Like it'll show you, Mayo, when you're playing the game and you're just running around. Like let's just say you're not on a horse, or it'll say, hey, like your shoes just decreased or whatever. Like like it just wore down or something. So Yeah, that pops up every so often. And then I'll go into it, man. I'll be like, what's wrong with my shoes? There's nothing wrong. Oh, it's just kind of showing you that, you're wearing your damn shoes out. So stop running so much. So get a horse or something. A menace. Once you're branded for a crime, that's me actually. I am actually branded. The effects is permanent, and getting caught for other serious crimes will lead you to execution. What's more, guards will punish you more severely, and the consequences of this punishments will be more intense. So yeah, I think I don't know if I remember I talked about it where I'm permanently branded, but I've got to go probably Mayo another, I don't fucking know, maybe another 10 hours into the game to where I can unlock like that second area. I can get to the church. I can be, what do you call it? Redeemed or whatever. And I think I can have that permanent branding removed or something once I've atoned for my sins or something, what's more exciting is like I don't have to, right? That's all optional stuff or whatever that I can do in the game. So, and again, I'm even though like I'm playing all kinds of other games, I'm still like I'm at a great place. When I go back to it, I'm ready. I'm ready to get it back into it. I'm getting better with the combat, so it's always in the back of my mind, like go back and play that game. So, but anyway, the list goes on and on. There's just all kinds of shit in here and different like debuffs for the game that's part of it. So, but yeah, I think that's all we had. One other thing, guys. One other thing. Metro 15-year anniversary celebrated with a free game and a reveal of the next installment's important themes. So it doesn't show anything about the newest game or whatever, but Metro 2033 is free. So yes. I'm assuming it's free on everything: Steam, Xbox, PlayStation. So everything, Epic Store, you name it. So go claim it, get your free game. So this one's from 2010. I have that
game in a couple places already. So
yeah, it's funny. It doesn't mention PlayStation. It's just a Steam, GOG, and Xbox. So maybe it's not on PlayStation. I don't know. It probably came later. And I just want to read this bottom part here. It says, 4Hey has also provided an update on the next Metro game, which has been in development for several years. 4A Games was founded in Kyiv, Ukraine, later expanded to Malta. I assume that's a country, Malta. And it said that the next Metro installment will unsurprisingly be heavily influenced by its experiences during the ongoing Russian invasion of its home country. Dmitry Glukasky, I don't know how to say his last name, the author behind the Metro series of books and video games, is wanted by the Russian authorities. The KGB is after this guy after he spoke out against their invasion of Ukraine. So he's a wanted man making video games. That's crazy, huh?
Right?
Yeah, he's like, but because I remember when they first invaded, and then they were like, "What the fuck?" They had to stop, I guess, working on their game. And gosh, Mayo, what's the game that came to Game Pass that was seriously delayed as well? Another shooter series.
Yeah.
Like, right? I'd have to actually pull it up here. Let's see. Do I still have it installed?
Stalker?
It was. Yeah. It was Stalker. I don't know. I don't see it in my no, it's not here. I must have deleted the darn thing. So anyway, I remember why I deleted it, man. I remember I got that second hard drive for my PC and I never put it back. But anyway, yeah, so that's all we have for the news. Jesus has stepped out for something important. So let's see. Anything? Go grab your other free Epic games and go find Jesus, as Jesus walks a lot on everything. And invite him to a co-op game because he's over there lonely in the PC space of things, right? So get him to play some, maybe not COD, right? He's going to get burnt out on that. What does he need to play, Mayo?
I don't know.
What do you think?
We need to find him some light multiplayer game. Maybe some more Split Fiction. I need to get him in there.
Oh, there you go. Yeah, that's a good one. Yeah. Right. I know my mind keeps going back to things like Call of Duty and Fortnite or whatever. Like there's some other cool stuff out there that I see people playing co-op and they're having a fun time with it. So yeah, he just needs to find that game. And where do we find you, Mayo?
You're gonna find me pretty much everywhere, mainly on Discord as the Mayo or the Mayo One. Probably gonna be trying to finish up South of Midnight. Like I said, I am enjoying the story and the atmosphere of that game, and gameplay is nothing new, but I'll probably work through that. I did install Adamfall the other day, and I did launch it before the show, but nothing really like enough to really talk about yet. So I'll probably be playing some of that this week. So I should be on the Xbox app or on the actual Xbox itself. You should see me there occasionally, but it'll show up on Discord as well. So like I said, the easiest way to do it is just Discord, and because it's linked to my PlayStation and my Xbox and all that. So and I'll get the message right to my phone. So
nice. I feel like that way. Yeah, Mayo, I'm just the PC Game Pass, right? Whatever. What is that? Is that $12 or $13 a month or whatever? But it's like 12. Man,
it's like 11
right?
something, I think.
I keep thinking like, man, I really want the. It's like I want the Ultimate back again, so I can play on the console, And it's like, oh man, like so I can play my Game Pass stuff on there. Even though I'm like I've been touting that I'm now a new PC player, guys. Like I'm not a console PC peasant person, but what do I do the whole weekend? Right, was just kind of like just chill and sit on the lazy boy and play Xbox, the console. Like it was a nice experience to kind of go back to it, But it's like I don't know if I want to spend the extra whatever $8 more a month, right? And then not do it or whatever. So yeah. But anyway, yeah, I really want to finish up Far Cry 6, Mayo. I feel like I'm determined. It's installed on the console. It's here. I'm ready to fucking just go through it. I'm not going to do the extra stuff is kind of cool, right? And like, I don't know, taking over a stronghold or a fucking enemy military base. Like, yeah, it's like, okay, I'll throw that in there besides like a story item, which includes taking over military bases or whatever. Like, there's fishing in the game. I'm not doing any of that crap. So I might play through a couple little of the DLC items. There's one that's free, and I think I bought like the year fucking whatever game of the year edition or whatever. And yeah, playing more of my Game Pass stuff, right? Just Adamfall, finishing up, but playing as much more as Assassin's Creed Shadows as possible. So, and yeah. But go find me, guys. I am Gunny Chief. It's one word. I'm on most things except for PlayStation. PlayStation, I'm HGP_Gunny. Yeah, still rocking the PS4 Pro. Playing my Spider-Mans and God of War on there. So, Ghost of Tsushima. So, anyway, we're out of here. Bye, guys. See ya.